Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It's a frigid Friday here in Rock Rapids. We are live from the Central Lyon Gymnasium for a top 10 matchup in girls basketball matchup here in the Siouxland Conference. The number 2 Central Lyon Lions taking on the number 9 West Lyon Wildcats. A game we weren't sure we were going to get to earlier today. A lot of schools not having school because of the cold, but scheduling and all that fun comes into play. Big credit to our ADs and our school districts for making this game possible. We're so glad that we could be here for you. We understand if you didn't make it here to Rock Rapids, it is cold. It's fun to be able to sit in the warmth of your living room, and that is why we are here, and that is why we do what we do. My name is Joel Viss. Glad to be with you here tonight. We're bringing Jeff Cruz as well. Jeff, a top 10 matchup, but no school today for these girls. Sometimes does that throw off your normal daily routine when you're getting ready for game day?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Not only no school, but they weren't really sure what they were going to do until about noon today, whether they're going to have the game or not. So I mean, you have to plan as if you're going to have it all day long. But yet, in the back of your mind, when you're a high school kid, you're thinking, oh, maybe we don't have to do this today. Maybe I'll do something else different. And I'm not going through my regular class routine. So there's obviously going to be a little bit of a little bit of abnormality to the evening. Even for me, I didn't get the coaches' interviews done until 4:45 this afternoon, when normally they're done at like 9 a.m. in the morning. So just everything off just a little bit today.
Well, and what you hope for as a coach down there, that your players didn't just sit on the couch and play video games or watch TV all day. You hope they got up, they were movement, because if you sat around all day and didn't do anything, you get on the floor, you're going to get fatigued real early.
Yeah, that's true. I know that like Central Lyon, the girls, they walked. I did the interview with Coach Griffin after their walkthrough this afternoon, so a little something just to get them up and going.
Now, West Lyon, Central Lyon here. It's Beef Bowl basketball style here on Central Lyon Broadcasting here tonight. As I said, the Lions come in ranked number 2 in the state of Iowa. The Wildcats number 9, and that's important. This is a big game here tonight, Jeff, because we used to say rankings really don't matter, but now in the day in the world, rankings do matter, because these two teams, if you can get into the top 8 rankings come the end of the regular season, you can avoid the other teams that are in the top 8. And around this area, that's tough. You got Rock Valley at number 1. You got Hinton at number 3 here, the Lions at 2, and the Wildcats at 9. Of those 4 teams that we just talked about, 2 of them are probably going to have to find each other in the regionals.
Yeah, you're not going to get 4 regionals up here. Maybe, last year they got 3, so it is possible to get 3. But 4 is going to be a real big stretch, so a big night here for both of these teams.
Well, the Lions picked up a win, a 5-point victory back here earlier in the season, 51-46 over the Wildcats. The Lions come in averaging 64.5 points a game. They do a really good job, and they average about 46% shooting average there from the field. The one game they lost this year to Cherokee, they shot 30% from the field. That is your telltale right there. So if the Lions can get going and they can keep that field goal percentage up, they are in good shape. They also play really good high-pressure defense, and they cause fits for a lot of teams. Now that for West Lyon, averaging just over 50 points a game for them, they like to slow it down. They want to play a slower pace. The Lions are going to want to play a little bit quicker here tonight. That's going to be a telltale.
Yeah, it's, I don't mean this derogatory, but West Lyon wants an ugly game. They want to slow it down. They want to force you to play half-court offense. They're going to be physical with you. They're not a get out and run and shoot type of offense. The Lions are. It's kind of a contrast in styles, and whoever can get their style of play to dominate tonight is probably going to win the game.
And the other thing you talk about, you look at there on your screen, you can see the rebounds right there. The Lions 30.6 rebounds per game. West Lyon 27.4. We've got a big girl down low. They've got some big girls down low. Who can out-rebound? Who can box out? And who's going to create second half points there? The offensive rebounds could be really important.
Yeah, you've got Ellie Hofert for the Lions, really the only true post that the Lions have. And she is more of a rebounder than a scorer. She does contribute on the scoring end, sporadically, but she's more of the get the rebound, leads the team in rebounds, I do believe, at just over 7 rebounds a game.
Well, it's the number 2 Lions versus the number 9 Wildcats here tonight in Rock Rapids. They say a big thank you to our sponsors that make our coverage possible here tonight. They are the ones you're going to see. They are the ones we're going to listen to because they're the ones who make it so you don't have to be here. You get to stay at home, be warm, and didn't have to come out in this frigid cold weather. They include the Avera Medical Group, Frontier Bank, Pizza Ranch, Premier Bank, DeNoble Austin and Company PC, Hilltop Coffee, Murphy Family Dentistry, Papic Motors, Pepsi Cola Bottling, Sanford Health, and Seaper Foltz Insurance and Real Estate. Those sponsors are the one that make our coverage here tonight possible. We thank you for tuning in here on CL Broadcasting. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk to Coach Grafine about tonight's matchup between the Lions and the Wildcats. You're watching Siouxland Conference Girls Basketball on the Lions Broadcast Network.
Murphy Family Dentistry has been serving and supporting the Lions and all of Northwest Iowa for over 25 years. We are located in Rock Rapids just off Highway 75. Our friendly staff is ready to help cheer up your smile for another Lion victory. Call us today to schedule for all your dental needs or visit us online at www.josephmurphydental.com.
A community is a place, but it's also a connection. It's where we all plant roots, raise our families, build our lives, and take care of each other. It's something we have in common, and it takes world-class care to keep communities like ours strong. We work together to live, to hope, to heal, because that's what neighbors do. Here for all, here for good. Sanford Health.
Welcome back to the pregame show. We're being joined by Central Lyon Girls head coach Heather Griffin. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Hey, good to be here.
Coach, let's go back a couple weeks to our last home game. The Lions got the 76-34 win over Sheldon. What did you think about that one?
That was a long time ago.
It was full 2 weeks, actually.
I was going to say, that seems like that was a long time ago. Well, that was the game where we kind of started our second round of Siouxland Conference games. And so we definitely, Sheldon's a team that's improved a lot. They're a team that plays really, really hard. So it was a great way just to kind of get our second half of the season kind of kicked off and started. I thought the girls did a great job.
And then last week, went on the road and got a big 64-60 overtime win at MOC Floyd Valley. Tell us about that game.
That was a good one. We have a ton of respect for MOC. They're a fantastic team. We knew that was going to be a dogfight. And So, I thought the girls did a good job of handling the ups and downs. There was times where MOC made runs. There's times where we made some runs. But that one, they always are, but that one really shows you how these girls work together as a team, because if you go into the last, 4 or 5 minutes of regulation and then into overtime, I can pick out something that every single kid on the floor did that helped us get that win. From Danica hitting back-to-back threes to, Emery hit a big three for us from the wing. And then obviously, to end the game in overtime, Shai hit that three up top to put us ahead. And on the other side of the floor, you've got some fantastic defensive efforts. People don't always notice that. People don't always notice some of the defensive stops we get, or how hard kids like Ellie Hofert and Emery Lincecum and Ada and those guys, how hard they have to work on the defensive end. We got a fantastic, couple of defensive stops that were fantastic. I'm thinking at the end there, Emery contested that fantastic. Like up on top, we knew they were going to go to, their shooter at the end of regulation, and we were up by 3. Emery played that perfectly, and unfortunately, the official called her for a foul up top. But when we went back and rewatched that, I wouldn't change a thing. Mm-hmm. She did a great job. So those things, those defensive stops, offensively, the fact that we have such great balance, where it's not just one person, but we balance our scoring out. I was just extremely proud of the girls. That was a big win.
Yeah, I watched most of that game at home. It didn't look good, honestly, going in the last half of the fourth quarter.
You have little faith.
I didn't say I didn't have faith. I said it didn't look
I'm
good.
Just teasing. They definitely had the momentum on their home floor.
Right, but
sure.
The girls just kept, first of all, as a coach, especially in basketball, it starts when you're behind. It starts on the defensive end. Mm-hmm. You're not going to win if you don't get defensive stops. Mm-hmm. And it really doesn't matter what you do offensively.
Correct,
you can score every single time, but if you give up a bucket,
mm-hmm.
you're not gaining any ground, and you're just letting the time click away.
Absolutely.
Click away. And so I thought they did a great job. Watching the game from home, I thought they did a great job of starting to make that. It's not like you were down by 20.
No, we were always within striking distance, but we didn't have the lead.
Yeah, you didn't, and then we just kept getting defensive stop after defensive stop, and then we gained the momentum,
mm-hmm.
and then maybe didn't lose it, but
It was like a
definitely
boxing
kind of,
match.
yeah, just kind of like went back and forth when you started the
Mhm.
start of the overtime with them having to make the 3 free throws and
Mhm.
force the overtime. And it was, mentally, I thought the girls really handled it really
Mhm.
well. And not that there aren't a lot of those moments in the season that you kind of build off of,
Right.
but that, yeah, you don't have a lot of those exact
It
moments.
showed our maturity.
Yeah.
For sure. When they hit that three, or I should say they got fouled up on
Yep.
top, and she went and she made, all 3 free throws to put them into overtime. You know, some teams the momentum obviously shift there. We were in the MOC's gym, the momentum shifted, and their crowd was behind us, and they
Yep.
were a packed crowd, and it didn't bother those girls at all.
Right.
We came in, we're like, all right, well, let's go get them in overtime. I know there was another play, I can't remember exactly at what point it happened. Danica got a great rebound and got shoved from behind, and rather than call a foul, they called a travel for her. In moments like that, a player can let that get in their head.
Yeah.
She didn't. She just was like, okay, that was not a travel, but here we go. Let's go play defense. Those moments where they handle those kind of things just tells me this team mentally is right where we want to be.
Right. That's kind of the takeaway that I had from that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we had the rest of the week off last week, and then a couple days ago went on the road last Tuesday. Picked up a 67-18 win over Boyden Hall.
Yep.
Obviously, the girls played really well in that game.
Yeah, we wanted to. One thing that we were so used to playing at home because the first half of the season we were home a lot. We have to get used to playing on the road a little bit. It is different when you get off a bus, and we didn't think at MLC we got a great start. We didn't think at Cherokee we got a great start. And so that was a big emphasis at Boyden Hall was let's get a really, really good start. And I thought the girls did a great job with that. Again, we got really good balance offensively, and we just wanted to make sure we didn't get in bad habits, and we wanted to make sure that fundamentally we did things right. And I thought we did that for 4 quarters.
And now we are back at home. We have West Lyon. What will we see from the Wildcats?
They're very good. West Lyon's a much improved team. You can go to each of their positions and see that those kids in each position have improved. And so it's going to be another one of those dogfights. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be one possession at a time. Again, we want to come and we want to start well. We want to play fundamental basketball. And just hopefully at the end, we're there and we got a shot.
And, like you said, this is, being on home at the early part of the season, this is actually our last home conference game of the year.
Yeah, it is.
Looking ahead at the calendar, I was doing a few things and looking ahead, and we do
think
have one
of
more
it-
home game, but it's a
not a conference
non-conference.
game.
This is actually the last home conference game of
Wow.
the year with a whole week left in January. So a little weird scheduling wise.
It is.
It'll get different next year, obviously, with expanding the
Right.
conference and
Yeah.
1-year schedules, but all that. But just a little different. So the girls are, gonna cherish our last
Yes.
last moment for
Well,
conference play.
Hopefully,
Conference
I
play.
say for conference play.
Conference play.
Hopefully, we got a couple more games here
Yeah,
yet. But either way, it's their schedule. We're going to do the best we can with it. We love obviously playing at home in front of our crowd. But just tonight, hopefully, we can come out and give them something to cheer about.
All right, Coach. Well, I want to thank you for taking some time out of your day. A weird day with no
was.
school and the below 20 below degree
Something like
temperatures
that.
we got.
Really cold.
But thank you for taking your time to join us today, and we'll be back with more pregame show after these words from our sponsors.
Hit one out of the park with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Papik Motors. With 3 convenient locations in Laverne, Rock Rapids, and Sibley, our team is ready to help with all of your automotive needs. Swing in today and let the hometown team be your dealer of choice. Or visit us online at papik.com.
Papik Motors makes it so easy.
And we welcome you back here live from Rock Rapids and live from the Central Lyon Gymnasium. Joel Viss alongside Jeff Cruz here tonight. Thank you for tuning in to the Central Lyon Broadcast Network for tonight's matchup between the West Lyon Wildcats and the Central Lyon Lions, a Siouxland Conference doubleheader. Girls first on the docket, and it's a top 10 matchup between the number 9 Wildcats and the number 2 Lions. The Wildcats come into tonight 9-5 on the season, 7-4 in Siouxland Conference play, where Central Lyon comes in at 13-1 on the year, 11-0 in the Siouxland here tonight. Starting lineups being announced right now for your visiting Wildcats here tonight. They start things off at a guard, a 5'11" junior. Number 11 is Ava Carolyn. At forward, a sophomore, 5'11", number 33 is Taya Christie. At guard, a 5'7" freshman, number 21 is Bella Kramer. And at forward, a 5'8" junior, number 15, is Caitlin Terwee. And finally at guard, a 5'8" senior, number 25, Caitlin Barron Scott for the Wildcats. That is the starting five for the visitors here tonight. Now let's take a look at the starters for the Lions. They start off at a guard, a 5'9" senior, number 14, Danica Hugendorn. At forward, a 5'10" sophomore, number 32, is Taylor Reikema. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 10, it's Ada Vanderzee. And at guard, a 5'7" senior, number 4, is Cheyenne Struckman. And the center, a 6'1" junior, number 52, Eliana Hofert.
On top of a hill in the heart of our little town, there's a place where the coffee's always hot and the smells are even warmer. At Hilltop, we brew more than just coffee. We brew connection, comfort, and community. Locally roasted, lovingly served, always welcoming. Come in, slow down, and stay a while. Hilltop, your coffee, your community.
My name's Elin, and I like sports because I like watching them. My name's Miles, and I just like the school in general because our teachers are nice and we get to do a lot of fun stuff. Hi, my name's River, and I like the sports teams because my mom coaches the basketball team.
Siebert Foltz, local, true, insurance, real estate, all for you.
Students in high school sports learn to live active lifestyles, the value of hard work, teamwork, and juggling the demands of academic and sports schedules teaches time management skills, all necessary for success beyond high school. Practices, games, and tournaments are all lessons in perseverance, and through it all, growth of friendships that will last a lifetime. DeNoble Austin & Company PC, a proud sponsor of Central Lyon Sports.
Welcome back to Rock Rapids, live from Central Lyon here tonight. Joel Viss and Jeff Cruz with you here tonight. Siouxland Conference girls basketball matchup between the West Lyon Wildcats and the Central Lyon Lady Lions, ready to get underway. Top 10 matchup as the Wildcats rank number 9 in Class 1A state of Iowa. The Lions rank number 2. These are just 2 of 5 teams in the Siouxland Conference ranked throughout the state. Rock Valley number 1 in Class 1A currently. Also out there you got MLC Floyd Valley. They're ranked 12th in 4A, and Sioux Center ranked 11th in 4A. So the Siouxland Conference, once again, Jeff, continues to be the bar setter when it comes to girls basketball around here.
Yeah, you know, over half the teams ranked, and even next year when we expand the conference, you're still, even if that conference was expanded now, we'd still be over half the teams ranked.
Eliana Hofert steps to the center circle against Ava Carolyn. Hofert wins the tip. Lions will start with the basketball here. Lions, a quick turnover there, a pass, errant pass behind Ada Vanderzee goes out of bounds. So Lions start with the basketball, but the Wildcats will technically get first possession. Wildcats up top here. Lions doing a great job. They're putting a lot of pressure on those guards, which we expect to see. Blocked there by Hofert, but the Wildcats keep it alive. Trying to go down low. Wildcats trying to use their size. We knew that was going to come into play. And now the Lions are going to try and push the tempo. Hugendorn top the key with it once again. Works over into the right side, looking for that pick and roll around the top. Vanderzee, nothing for her there. Had it tipped, she thought, took off again. Officials say no, and it's a double dribble. Another turnover for the Lions.
Yeah, 2 possessions, 2 empty possessions for the Lions where they don't even get a shot up. Not the start Coach Grafing was hoping for.
Lions also don't get a chance to set up in that full court press that they like to do and really push some tempo and pressure and force turnovers as Taylor Reikema jumps up and bats that ball down. Wildcats trying to push the ball inside to their bigs down on the block. They want to use their size, slow it down like we talked about earlier, Jeff. But the Lions doing a great job of playing defense down low so far.
Yeah, Lions maybe in a little 2-3 zone, something they don't do very often.
Lions going to force the Wildcats to shoot from the outside. Ball was tipped as the Wildcats try to keep it alive but can't. It'll go back to the Lions. And like you said, Jeff, that 2-3 zone, really take away the bigs, be able to crash down low on them and then extend that pressure above the three-point line. That is the big key when you get into this. Ball goes down low to Taylor Reichema. Great position, but can't finish at the rim. She did a really good job of sealing there on the block. She just didn't get the layup, and then a jump ball is called.
Yeah, good position, good deep position in the lane for Taylor there. Just like I said, unable to get it up and in. And then the jump ball, unfortunately, with possession arrow to West Lyon.
Lions do set up in that full court pressure. Wildcats beat it, though, as they break it the other way, go down low, and a foul comes early. Ball went into Taya Christie on the weak side there. Lions forced to foul.
I believe that foul is going to be on
looks like
Danica Hoogadorn.
Danica trailing the play, picked up her first. Team foul number 1. Wildcats check it in over the top, immediately go down low into the paint, kick it back out, three-pointer up and good. Off the bat there, the Wildcats score. Ava Carolyn hits the first points of the night. Lions push the tempo the other way. Cheyenne Struckman gets the bucket and the foul.
See here on the replay, good job by the Lions here pushing the pace, as that's what they want to do. Cheyenne goes in, gets fouled, head to the free throw line.
Struckman at the free throw line to try and convert the three-point play. A 74% free throw shooter, and she knocks it down. We're tied at 3. 2 sets there. You saw West Lyon play the in and out game. They scored out of it. The Lions play the run and gun. They score out of that. So back and forth we go. Now a turnover forced, and there's that full court pressure. You get the team going faster than they want to, and the Lions force a turnover in the travel.
Yeah, the Lions are definitely going to want to keep the full court press up as much as they possibly can tonight against West Lyon.
Well, and the big thing about the full court pressure, not only does it cause some chaos that teams aren't really good at handling, the Lions are deeper than a lot of other teams, and they can stay fresher and they can wear some teams out. Good little spin move underneath for Reichema again, still not able to finish. Wildcats come away with it. They're going to go on the fast break the other direction.
You see just the type of game it is. There are 3 girls on the ground that last possession there.
Wildcats slow it down, now go inside again. Christie turnaround hook shot, no good. Fight for the rebound there, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow favors the Lions. But there's those rebounds that we talked about earlier as well, Jeff. It's going to be a fight every time underneath the basket if that doesn't go through the hoop.
Yeah, the Lions actually had 2 opportunities there just to grab the ball, but unfortunately West Lyon got their hands on it to force the jump ball. You'd like to just see the Lions get that one and then save the possession.
Lions attack with Hoogendorn down low through the contact. She does not draw the foul. Then she's tied up on the putback for another jump ball. And the Lions will make the first substitution of the night. Emery Linscomb, 5'9" junior, will come into the ball game. Wildcats, once again, they beat the press. Do a nice job of that, but Ada Vanderzee pokes it out from behind.
Good hustle there by Ada, and keep pursuing the ball.
Wildcats have done a pretty good job of breaking that press. And but then they get forced into going faster than they want to. You would like to see them break that press, then slow it back down like you see them doing it here. Wildcats will work the perimeter right now, always trying to get the ball down low to their bigs. Christie will attack free throw line, just got away with a travel on that one. Wildcats kick it out. They'll bomb from 3 again. Off the mark, Vanderzee with the rebound. She's going to push the other direction. She'll draw the bump and the foul.
Be interesting if they give this on the ground. I think they're going to call on the ground, but Ada was going to take that one all the way to the hoop. I thought maybe we'd get lucky there and get a in the shot foul, but
yeah, foul's on Bella Kramer. Got her with kind of a shoulder block coming through.
And turnover by the bad throw by the Lions.
Lions struggling early with that. Wildcats pushing the fast break the other direction. Ava Carolyn gets the 2. She's got all 5 of the Wildcat points here as they go back to a 5-3 lead. Little give and go here. Hoogendorn goes underneath. Can't get the scoop shot to fall. Wildcats rebound, going the other direction. Carolyn passes it off. Lions able to get there. and forced the missed shot. Vanderzee another rebound, bringing it back the other way. Lions have had some good looks. They've had the opportunities, just can't quite finish. Hugendorn fires from deep, off the mark. Rebound goes to the Wildcats. Tempo's starting to pick up here as both teams running back and forth on a few missed shots.
Yeah, the Lions definitely have are liking the tempo so far. Just got to get the ball in the basket.
Step into one there. Nice job by the Wildcats. You got Caitlin Berenscott on the outside. She took one dribble, took a step into it, and got her feet set and was able to knock down the two. Lions back on offense once again, and going baseline is Hugendorn. She draws the contact and the foul.
See the replay here. See Danica get it. The lane clears out, and she's going to take that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, she's got great position down low on there. She's either going to make that layup or Carolyn has to foul and put her at the free throw line.
That is a third team foul already, Joel, on the Wildcats this quarter.
Shooter's roll goes in the favor of Hugendorn. She puts it through. She's got another one coming. Holfert is going to get a breather here as Struckman comes back into the game. Coming in for the Wildcats is Emma Poppins. Second free throw off the mark there for Hugendorn. Gets one of two, cuts it to a 7-4 lead for the Wildcats. Wildcats attack inside. They bring it back out. Working around down low again, nothing there. Lions doing a great job moving their feet defensively, staying in front and helping when the Wildcats try to attack. Wildcats attack down low again, ball stripped away, fight for it, goes down on the ground, and they will say last touch by the Wildcats as it goes out of bounds.
Good defense there by the Lions to force that hard pass, and then luckily the ball didn't touch Ada Vanderzee there at the last second.
Lions back on offense, an opportunity to cut into the lead or possibly tie as Hugendorn will attack down low again. Up and under, nice athletic move in the lane to score the two and cut the lead down to one. Wildcats get called for an over and back there. What that was is Caitlin Berenscott did not establish herself across the half line before she collected the pass. That is why that penalty was called there. Turnover back to the Lions and a shot to take the lead.
Yeah, you got to have both feet in the front court, not just one.
7-6 Wildcat lead here. Lions attack on the baseline. Vanderzee up and in. Basket no good as she gets called for the charge. Ada, once again, the Lions have done a really good job of driving baseline. The Wildcats are giving it to them. But then stepping in front, it was Berenscott to collect the charge.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that they're giving up the baseline that easy. The Lions, I watch obviously a lot of the games, every home game, and most of the away ones, and they love to go baseline.
Hofert back into the game. So is Jessa Vanderweerd for the Lions now. Hugendorn comes out, going to apply some of that pressure, not let the Wildcats just sit on it. Going to force them to play offense. They attack down low. Nice drive inside, but too strong on the layup attempt. Hofert the rebound. Hugendorn pushing the other way, but tipped and stolen.
Yeah, that was probably a step or two too late there on the pass.
A lot of black jerseys in the way there. Wildcats go back inside again. Hofert, another block. Christie collects it. Now a swipe at it down low, and coming away with it is Jessa Vanderweerd. And she forces the turnover. Active hands by the Lions on defense are keeping them in this one.
Yeah, the officials kind of letting them play a little bit here. You'd think, kind of two things here. You think the pace of play is in favor of the Lions. You think the physicality and letting them play is in favor of West Lyon, and that's probably why it's a one-point ball game here.
Caitlin Terwee checks back in now for West Lyon. Linscomb over in the wing. Lions work around the perimeter once again. They go down low. Hofert left wide open on the screen and roll. And Hofert grabs the two, and West Lyon needs a timeout. 1:27 to play here in quarter number one. It's everything we wanted and more in a top 10 matchup. The Lions and the Wildcats on the Lions Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you. With care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories, We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility. Hello healthy. Hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most. I started mowing lawns in 5th or 6th grade and I started making money, so my parents decided to open a bank account here at Frontier Bank. I feel like when you walk in the door, they know you on a personal level and you know everyone else. With Frontier Bank's mobile app, I can check my balances all the time. Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most.
Back in Rock Rapids here at Central Lyon, Joel Viss, Jeff Cruz with you on the Lions Broadcast Network. 8-7, Central Lyon grabbing their first lead of the ball game here with 1:20 to play in the first quarter. Wildcats using their first timeout to try and recollect their thoughts. They'll fire from outside, and the three drops. Taya Christie hit the three from deep and gives the Wildcats the lead back there. Taya Christie, normally a post player, but not afraid to step out and let that one fly. Under a minute to play here. Lions lob it in over the top to Hofer. She had a great seal on the block, catches it, a nice pass, and scores the two. We're tied at 10.
Yeah, great high-low play there by the Lions.
Lions come up. They continue to play that high-pressure defense. Struckman gets called for the reach on that one.
And I was mistaken. The Lions aren't playing a 2-3. They're just jumping the ball carrier with the top two girls. It just kind of looks like a 2-3 zone.
Struckman just about got the steal there, but collected by Kramer. West Lyon works around the perimeter here. About 7 seconds between the shot clock and the play clock there. Shot up, no good. Lions get the rebound with Hugendorn and does a great job of ripping the ball away, not allowing West Lyon to tie it up. And finally, a foul is called against Christie.
Yeah, probably not a smart foul when you're, I mean, I know what she was trying to do, but that's her second foul already in the game.
And with that, Taya's going to have to come out of the game. Caitlin Baronscott will go back in now for the Wildcats. Tied at 10 here with 23 seconds to go. Lions, they do like to play fast, but you got to expect they're going to hold for the last shot here.
Yeah, I would expect to see, the Lions like to run a little 1-4 play at the end of the quarters and halves. I expect them to get into that here.
Danica Hugendorn topped the key with it. She'll run the offense. You'll see her run it down to about the 10-second mark. Now they'll go. Vanderzee and her back and forth. She drives baseline, goes up strong with it, misses. Rebound goes to the Wildcats, and they will push over the top, but not enough to get a shot off. Tied at 10 after one. We'll take a break and be back with quarter number 2 live from Rock Rapids. You're watching Siouxland Conference Girls Basketball on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Back in Rock Rapids, Joel Viss and Jeff Cruz with you here on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. So glad to have you along with us here tonight. If you couldn't be here in person, pretty solid crowd for as cold as it is, though, Friday night. Good crowd from West Lyon came on over. Good home crowd as usual for the Lions.
Yeah, we had the Women's Action Club, the WAC tailgate fundraiser. We've got Lions Pride bake sale going on in the Commons. If you're coming, still, you got food for you.
I got baked goods already. Double dribble called against Ada Vanderzee. And the turnover, once again, Lions start with the basketball. But an early turnover, that has been their downfall here so far. We're tied at 10, and the Lions, the turnover bug has really gotten to them. They've got 6 already in this first basically quarter.
Yeah, and 6 turnovers isn't bad if you're forcing the same amount, but they've only forced 2.
Ball goes down low immediately to West Lyon. Ball is stripped away. Reikema stripped it from behind. Lions collect back on the offense. This was a great game earlier in the season. Lions won that one by 5. We expect this one to stay the same. Hoogendorn's going to attack through the paint, draws some contact, too strong. Hofert grabs the rebound. It's stripped away, and they'll say Hofert was the last one to touch it.
Yeah, Lions a little too much standing around there for that offensive set.
Lions bring the full court pressure. Wildcats beat it again. Over to the left side, a quick 3 on the way is good. Up and good. Stepping into it was Emma Poppins, the junior guard for the Wildcats, and they're back on top.
Yeah, the Wildcats have done a great job breaking the press. The Lions have tried a 1-2-1-1 press. They've tried a full court press.
Hoogendorn once again goes baseline, and that has been the one thing that has worked for the Lions, has been able to drive the baseline and get some easy buckets underneath from the guard play.
Yeah, I expect West Lyon to maybe make an adjustment and try to force the Lions into the middle of the lane instead of just giving up the baseline like that. That or they got to get weak side defense has got to be there a little faster.
Lions back into that man-to-man pressure here. They will force the Wildcats down low. Good up and under that time for Caitlin Terwee. She gets inside and scores. Lead is back to 3 with 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Skip pass across, goes to Vanderzee. Lions got to be good on this one. Nice backdoor cut underneath. Reikema couldn't get the first one, can't get the second one. Wildcats come away with it. Taylor Reikema, she's had a lot of good looks here tonight. She just can't finish at the rim.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think if Taylor would have let her teammate Ellie Hofert actually get the rebound, I mean, you don't know that going in, but if Ellie would have got it, she's a lefty. She might have been able to put that up quickly to get the bucket, and the Lions do force a turnover there.
Good help defense down low there. Linscomb going to come back in. Reikema will come to the bench. Taylor still looking for her first points of the night. She averages about 15 points a game, or just over 15 points a game, and just hasn't found her mark yet.
Yeah, and that average has been steadily increasing this year.
Struckman went baseline. They work it back around. Lions find Struckman again, looking down low. Skip pass over the top. Now Hoogendorn drives inside. Ball's tipped away. On the run out, going the other direction are the Wildcats. A free layup goes in for Barron Scott. Biggest lead of the night here at 5 for the Wildcats with 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 2.
And now West Lyon looks like they're playing a little 1-2-2 zone or a 3-2 zone.
Shooting from deep there was Struckman, off the mark, no good. Rebounded away by Kramer. Kramer pushes it up ahead, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Lions. Jessa Vanderweerd will check into the game now here for Central Lyon. Wildcat basketball underneath their own hoop. We saw that in the first quarter. The Wildcats got out to a pretty good start. Were able to run with the Lions, but ended up getting tired as the quarter went on. There they miss a layup there, but get the offensive rebound back into Christie. Her turnaround shot, no good. Lions come away with the board. Tempo pushed into the corner. Vanderzee fires from 3. It's good.
First made 3 of the ball game for the Lions there.
Ada Vanderzee hits the 3. She pulls the Lions within 2. Wildcats come back again on the attack with the guards driving into the lane. Hofert's there. Good defense for her. Playing straight up, gets the rebound. Very nice there for Eliana Hofert. Lions back on the attack, go down low. Hofert, turnaround shot, up and good in the paint. We're tied at 17.
Great move there by Hofert. She just didn't hesitate. Got the ball, went to her off hand, her right hand, and got it up and in before the defense could react.
Lions bringing that pressure here, really putting it out there on the guard play. They'll attack inside. Good weak side pass, though, finding the open man on the outside. Caitlin Terwee for 2. Wildcats back in front.
Lions got to be just okay with letting Kramer try and take it all the way in. You don't need any help defense. She has not shown herself to be much of an offensive threat so far tonight.
Wildcats trying to show some extra pressure as well on the guards now. See if the Lions can take advantage down low. Vanderweerd fires a deep 3. It's off the mark, no good. Wildcats come away with the rebound. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Wildcats the lead and the basketball. Kramer attacks down low, uses the offhand, hits the runner in the paint, and the lead is 4.
Maybe Kramer heard me talking about the fact that she hadn't shown herself to be much of a threat offensively, because that was a good move right there.
Ball goes inside to Hofer, immediately kicks it back out. Around the perimeter, Lions work once again. Back to the corner, Hugendorn will fire, that's off the front of the rim. Lions will run down the offensive rebound. Over to Vanderweerd, she'll fire from deep, that's good. Jessa Vanderweerd hits her first bucket of the night. It's a 3 to pull the Lions within 1. Wildcats, here we are, 2:20 to go in the first half. They need a timeout. They got to rest up a little bit, get your breather. Wildcats lead 21-20. We'll be back with more here on the Lions Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most. I started mowing lawns in 5th or 6th grade, and I started making money, so my parents decided to open a bank account here at Frontier Bank. I feel like when you walk in the door, they know you on a personal level and you know everyone else. With Frontier Bank's mobile app, I can check my balances all the time. Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most.
Back in Rock Rapids here, live on the Lions Broadcast Network, out of a timeout. West Lyon Wildcats burning a timeout. 2:19 to go. Wildcats have the basketball with a 1-point advantage. Coming up here on the half, we'll have some fun to go through here tonight. It's been a fun one so far. Wildcats attack down low, wrapping around, shot up and off the mark there for Scott. Lions get the rebound. They're going to push the tempo. Linscomb down low, brings it back out. Vanderzee, she'll attack, short jumper, gets up over the front of the rim and good. Lions back to the front here with a 1-point advantage. Under 2 to play here in the first half. Number 9 Wildcats, number 2 Lions here in girls basketball in Class 1A. 3-pointer on the way from Christie, off the mark. Offensive rebound though from Carolyn. Back out and around, they'll fire again from deep. This one short. Reicham with the rebound. Lions on the attack once again. They'll kick to the corner, but too high as Vanderzee throws it through the hands of Jessa Vanderweerd. Ball goes back to the Wildcats. Wildcats pick up their dribble. That is tough right there, and that's what happens. They pick up their dribble that far away from the hoop. The pressure the Lions put on make it very hard to make that pass down the sidelines, and they force a turnover. Minute 18 to go here, a 22-21 lead. Lions on top. Vanderweerd in the left wing, looking for a pick and roll between herself and Reichema. They reverse around the perimeter. Now Struckman with the basketball. Hugendorn will bring it out. Lions being patient on the offensive end, but down to 10 seconds. 3 goes up. It's good for Hugendorn. Danica Hugendorn, the senior guard, hits from outside. The Lions have their biggest lead of the game at 4 with 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Wildcats attack. The runner off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Ends up in the hands of Carolyn. Wildcats fire from deep again. No good. This time it was Kramer off the mark. Lions pushing some tempo. Hugendorn from top the key and can't get it to fall. Wildcats the rebound. 18 seconds to go, 17, and a foul against Central Lyon. Just the first foul called here in the second quarter. These officials have done a great job of letting these girls play here tonight. So 17 seconds on the clock. Wildcats will have the ball going the length of the court. Lions are going to show a little bit of man-to-man pressure and see if they can keep the Wildcats from getting a clean look here in the closing seconds of the half. Wildcats around with Carolyn. She's going to have to force one up. Down low they go. Turnaround shot up, no good. And that is how the half will come to an end. After 2 quarters of play, Central Lyon a 25-21 lead. Lions fight back there in quarter number 2. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at this first half and give you a few stats and how it's going so far and where we're going next. Here you're watching Siouxland Conference Girls Basketball live at the half. It's the Lions and the Wildcats on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Welcome to the Lions Den, where we get to know our student athletes a little more in depth. Today I'm joined by Anna Meiber. Anna, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
Let's start in the classroom. Anna, what's your class schedule look like this semester?
First hour, I have open campus, and then I have sculpture, strength, homeowners, DIY, government, and then I go 2 class periods to details for work study, and then I come back for personal finance.
And you're a senior here at Central Lyon, so tell us what some of the activities you're involved in.
I am just involved in basketball.
And what other things do you like to do outside of school?
I like to hang out with friends, spend time with family.
What have you enjoyed most about Central Lyon so far?
I think I've enjoyed most is just meeting new people and making connections with like teachers. And
So what are some of your favorite memories from the past 3 years of school?
Probably hanging out with friends at football games and then afterwards playing games in the parking lot.
What are you looking forward to during your senior year?
Probably open campus, getting to leave for lunch.
Definitely. What are your plans for next year?
Right now my plans are to go to Southeast Tech in Sioux Falls for business administration.
And what words of advice do you have for current freshmen?
Try new things and be involved.
Well, thank you, Anna, for joining us today. And now back to the booth with the word from our sponsors.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
And we welcome you back here live from Rock Rapids here at Central Lyon as we've got a top 10 girls matchup going at you right way, and it has been everything we wanted and more in the first half. The number 2 Central Lyon Lions lead the number 9 West Lyon Wildcats 25-21. It was a great game. It's been a really good back and forth ball game. The Wildcats have led by as many as 5. The Lions at their biggest lead of the game here right now at 4 at that 25-21 mark. We were tied at 10 after the first quarter, and a really good, clean game so far. Not a lot of fouls called. We actually only had 1 foul called in the second quarter. The officials have let them both play, and we've seen both styles out of West Lyon. We knew West Lyon was going to play that slow court. They were going to try and work the inside-outside game. We've seen that. We've also seen the Lions show that they're going to try and attack with the basketball, and the Wildcats look like early on in the quarter they can hang with Central Lyon. But then at about the 2-minute mark in the later portions of those quarter is when the Lions start to get the advantage as they take advantage, and the Wildcats look a little bit tired.
Yeah, you know, the Wildcats have had really good starts to each quarter. The Lions have had bad starts. Let's face it, they've turned the ball over to start both quarters so far. But like you said, they've been up. West Lyon has until about that 2 minutes. In fact, for a minute there, I was getting a little worried because West Lyon looked like they could open this up when they had that 5-point lead. But credit to the Lions, they went on a nice run there for the last 2.5 minutes of the quarter or the half, essentially. And not only did they get back the lead, but they extended their lead and then had a nice defensive stand at the end of the quarter there to keep this 4-point lead. You know, not the greatest shooting night to start for the Lions, but they have picked it up here in the late in the second half, or late in the second quarter, I should say.
Well, and they're doing it with a good mixture here. The Lions have spread the ball around. They got 5 scorers into the column right now, being led by Danica Hugendorn. She is the leading scorer for the Lions, and she averages just over 16 points a game. She's at that pace right now. She's at 8 points here at the half. But the mixture between herself, the guard play, as well as getting the ball down low for the Lions, Eliana Hofer, she's got 6 points here at the half. She really, in that second quarter, kind of came alive, not only offensively, but defensively. She did a really good job of standing her ground, affecting shots down in the paint for West Lyon, and then scoring on the other end. Taylor Reikema, she's had some really good looks on the low post as well. She just hasn't gotten into the scoring column. So the Lions doing a really nice job of mixing up between the post play and the guard play for their scoring. Same thing for the Wildcats, though, as well. We knew they were going to force it inside. We knew they want the bigs to do the majority of their scoring, but it has been the guard play that's been getting most of the points because of the defense that the Lions have played there against them. The guards have gotten inside, and they've hit some really nice shots down low. They're being led right now, Ava Carolyn. She's got 5, and Caitlin Terwee with 4. Also out there, Barron Scott, she's got 4. They got a couple girls with 3, 6 players in the scoring column for the Wildcats, so they're spreading it around as well. And we'll look for some more really good back and forth play. You got to expect both these really good coaches. They've both been to the state tournament. They know how to win games, and they know how to win tough games, and it should be a really entertaining second half.
Yeah, you know, that's everything we were looking for. You know, looking at the scores from West Lyon throughout this season so far, you know, if the score is going to be in the 40s, they're going to probably win. You know, they don't blow teams out very often. I mean, there have been some lopsided scores, which you're going to have in high school. But, you know, they like to play close games. Lions have played their fair share of close games, obviously, as well. But that's just kind of the way West Lyon plays. So the Lions getting that 25 mark. If they can get into the 50s, you know, Coach Grafing's got to feel really good about that. If you go right now and tell her, hey, we're going to score, you know, mid-50s at the end of this game, she's probably thinking they're going to get the win.
Right. And you also look at, we talked about field goal percentage at the beginning of the game. Central Lyon normally in that 45% field goal percentage. If they're hitting 40+% from the field, they're going to look really good at getting to that 50, that 60-point mark, which they average, and that puts them in great position. If they settle under that 30 range, that plays more into the West Lyon hand right now. If you look at the score at 25-21, we're right on the verge there, and in the first quarter, both Central Lyon and West Lyon were shooting in that mid-30% range, but the Lions came on, shot extremely well in the second quarter. Now they're up over 40% from the field. The Wildcats still at that 34% from the field, and the things that we've talked about are coming through here. If it stays ugly, it stays low scoring, it favors the Wildcats. If the Lions can keep the pace and keep their shooting percentage up, the Lions are going to look good here going in the second half.
Yeah, you know, another thing to look at is turnovers. You know, West Lyon obviously forces a lot of turnovers each and every game. They've already forced 10. Again, these are unofficial stats, but we got Sarah DeVries up here, a teacher here at Central Lyon. She does a really good job for us, so we're going to take her word at it. But the Lions 10 turnovers. West Lyon's only committed 4. That's if West Lyon commits 4 turnovers a half, they're going to be in and probably going to win most games. The Lions are sitting right now at about 20 turnovers total for the game. If they double that in the second half, that's going to be hard to win a game when you're playing this tough of an opponent.
And the other thing it's going to come down to is if you stay in a close game like this, there's a good chance that free throws are going to come into play here.
Yes.
Both these teams, decent free throw shooters, but the Lions have been a lot better as of late. The other night against MOC Floyd Valley when they won over there, the Lions shot 81% from the free throw line. And if it comes down to it, if you get within striking range, that free throw line could be a determining factor here late in this one.
Yeah, the Lions, last year the Lions did not shoot well from the free throw line. I mean, let's face it, they shot like as a team, they were in the 50s. This year they're closer, they're at like just below 67%, and that's as a team. And you've got multiple girls that give really good minutes that are above 70%. Even one that's above 80%. So the Lions, hopefully, if this does come down to a free throw shooting game, hopefully the Lions can keep that going from this that they've had so far this year.
Ready for the second half here. The Wildcats start with the basketball here in quarter number 3. As we get underway, the Wildcats work around. They go down low. Good defense underneath once again. They force a contested shots. Lions come away with the rebound.
Lions had a wide open Cheyenne Struckman.
Ball goes down low. Nice job there of Struckman to see Hugendorn coming across. Hugendorn went up for it, got a little push in the back, and the foul was called underneath. And the foul goes against Bella Kramer. That is her second. Couple of Wildcats with 2, Taya Christie and Kramer with 2. But really, for the most part, nobody in foul trouble. Very clean first half. Lions, one thing they did well, too, is they played very patient on the offensive end there in quarter number 2. Got some good looks at the basket, and that really benefited their comeback and their ability to take the lead. 3 from the corner from Vanderzee is short. Wildcats run down the board. Lions going to show some pressure here, force the Wildcats to burn some clock and use the tempo in their advantage. Down low to Christie. She wants to go baseline and does, and misses the basket. Rebounded by Hugendorn. Up ahead to Struckman. She'll attack. Struckman dribbles it off the foot of the Wildcat player, Carolyn, and the Wildcats force the turnover, but then turn it over themselves. Hugendorn with the steal. Vanderzee looked at taking the 3, decided to go, and forgot to bring the ball with her.
Yeah, I think in hindsight, I think Danica Hugendorn maybe should have just taken that all the way to the basket and then maybe look to kick it out. This West Lyon defense, they're switching everything when the screens, and it's really giving the Lions some fits here.
Wildcats back on offense here, still looking for a bucket here. Either team looking to score. They attack down low, and just like that, Bella Kramer goes inside and grabs the 2.
That was a great cut there all the way from the top of the key down low by Kramer.
Wildcats cut into this Lion lead, 25-23. Lions attack. Left-hander for Hugendorn is good. And Hugendorn now into double figures. She's got 10.
You see Danica waiting for Ellie Hofert to come across, and it opens up that cross-court driving lane as Hofert. You can't come off of Hofert because that's an easy layup if you do.
Driving inside, a strong layup attempt, no good. Offensive rebound for the Wildcats. Terwee gets the putback. Back and forth, trading buckets here now. Quarter number 3, Lions with that 2-point advantage. Lions continue to work the perimeter. Hugendorn cuts down low, goes strong to the hoop, no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats. They're going to push the tempo up ahead to Christie. She does a great job of stopping, pump faking, then scoring.
Yeah, very good job there of gathering herself. Didn't panic. Got the ball, got her feet underneath her, went up and got the easy bucket.
Taya Christie ties it at 27. Lions lob it underneath there. It goes over the hands and out of bounds. Last touch by the Wildcats. But here we are early in a quarter, Jeff, and the Wildcats are running with the ball. They're playing quick, they're playing fast, and they're hanging. How long does that hang on for them? Can they keep that pace and that tempo up the entire quarter? We see it about the 2-minute range is when that comes into play.
Yeah, the Lions are used to this pace. They only play 7 girls, but they will run all day if they can. West Lyon only plays 6, and they don't really like to run. So as Ripkema commits the travel there down underneath the basket.
Taylor trying to get position down low. They're trying to get herself a good open look and drags that pivot foot. So the turnover back to the Wildcats. Here comes that full court pressure. Lions will show it here, and Wildcats struggling to get it across. They've got to hustle, and they do just in time. Down low to Christie. Turnaround shot off the front iron, no good. Hofert gets the rebound, and she's fouled. And I do believe that's against Christie. That is number 3 on the big forward from West Lyon.
Yeah, and you know, that was an extremely deep post-up move there by Christie. She's probably going to make that most of the time. Lions got really lucky. They can't let her get posted up that deep.
Lions back on the offensive end. Score still tied at 27. Down low to Hofert. She does a nice job. Man, what a good power step. Good takes that dribble to collect herself and goes up strong and scores.
Yeah, and you gotta go at Christie now if you're the Lions, because she's not gonna want to pick up her 4th foul halfway through the 3rd quarter.
Trying to get down there low on Christie. She does a good job of getting position as well. They just got to find her.
Yeah, she uses her body amazingly well.
Taya Christie fires from deep on that one. Rebound goes to Hugendorn, and she collects some contact, and a foul will go against Caitlin Berenscott. That's just her first.
But the 3rd team foul here halfway through as Christie's going to take a break with those 3 fouls.
Christie will come to the bench here. She'll get a breather with 4 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Lions with a 2-point advantage. Lions once again continue to work the perimeter, trying to look down low, looking for it. Hugendorn drives in, kicks it out. Rikema fires from deep, and why not? She hasn't been able to hit good from point blank. Why not step beyond the arc and knock one down?
Yeah, you know, Ripkema played a guard last year, so she's able to hit those 3s.
Shot trying to answer from the Wildcats off the mark. Vanderweerd grabs the rebound, now going the other way. Lions their biggest lead of the night here at 5, 32-27. As the Wildcats poke it out of the hands of Lincecum. Taya Christie comes back in, gave her a little breather. Now she comes back into the game. She'll let Caitlin Berenscott come over, grab a drink.
If I'm Coach Griffin, I'm trying to get something down low and at Christie if I can. Looks like maybe a zone now for the Wildcats to try and give Christie a little easier path on defense.
And they do get a pick out top there from Carolyn. She drives in, rises up for the little 12-footer and knocks it down.
Yeah, Lions just got a little lazy there.
Lions back at it here, leading by 3. Jessa Vanderweerd will fire from deep. It's good. Looked like she was going to pass. She drew the Wildcat defender away, left her wide open to hit the 3.
Lions' biggest lead of the game now at 6 points.
Down low to Christie. She goes into the paint, and foul called against Vanderweerd as she tries to help out.
I think the Lions, if they would be better off there if Vanderweerd comes and just tries to seal the inside away so that she doesn't have anywhere to spin. If she spins too hard, she's going to run into her and maybe get a foul called.
Well, and if you're going to dig, you can't swat down. You got to swat up.
Yeah.
So,
or just try to grab the ball.
Right.
One of the two.
Those are the tough things to do. Good pick and roll for the Wildcats there. Get great position with Caitlin Terwee down low. She collects the foul, and she'll head to the free throw line. Foul committed by the Lions. Emery Lincecum, the junior, picks up her first. Team foul number 2.
And again, the Lions just letting West Lyon get too deep down in their post there before there's any defenders. That's just too hard of a play when you're to make defensively when the offensive girl is 3 feet away from the rim.
Terwee no good on the first free throw attempt. Here comes the second. That one is good. And the lead is 5 for Central Lyon. 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. Lions with that 5-point lead. Here's a good stretch here. If you can stretch it out and make it really tough on the Wildcats heading to the fourth quarter. Struckman drives inside. Her shot is deflected as she goes to the hoop. Wildcats come away with it. Picking up the dribble and going the other way. They do get out of trouble.
Well, that was a missed opportunity for the Lions there on the offensive end.
Lions will attack or on the defensive side, kick it out. Christie from deep, a deep two-pointer. Taya Christie, as good as she is down in the paint, not afraid to step away from the hoop and let it fly as well. Back to a one-possession game as we're under 2 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, I can't describe how hard it is as a post to try and step out and guard against someone that can do that.
Turnover by Vanderzee. As she loses the handle, Carolyn comes away with it. Wildcats a chance to tie it. Lions had an opportunity. They were up by 5 there with 2.5 to go. And now they've got a chance to try and stretch it out. Lions got to do what they can. They lead by 3 with the basketball, just over a minute to go. Lions work the perimeter still here. We'll see if they attack here. It'd still be a huge play if they could get that 4th foul on Taya Christie, but the Lions refuse to go down low. Vanderweert attacks, now kicks it out. Vanderzee hits from 3. And anytime you got a lull in the offense, if you can hit a deep one, it livens everybody up right away.
Yeah, and it kind of just kills the morale of the defense. So you play really good defense, and then you give up a real deep 3.
Driving inside, good defense by Hofert to deflect the pass. Lions pushing the other direction. Vanderweert's going to go down low. A little scoop pass, or a scoop shot, I should say, and she draws the foul.
Good job of the Lions here. You see in the replay, recognizing they've got a 5-on-4 advantage. Vanderweert almost lost the ball right away, but gets it to the rim. And Joel, believe it or not, 31 seconds left in the third quarter. This is the first free throw shot on this end of the court all game.
Vanderweert up and too strong with it. Banks it off the back iron. No good. Foul there was on Emma Poppins from West Lyon. Just her first. Team foul number 4. Vanderweert will have another one here. Second free throw up. That is good. Lions extend their lead to 7. And it is the largest of the night. 39-32. No shot clock on here. West Lyon can hold for the last shot. But we'll see when they take their opportunity. Steal by the Vanderzee on the inbound. And the Lions will have the ball. And we'll see if they can hold for the last shot. Struckman going to attack with it. Now back out. Weak side pass goes to Reichema. She loses the handle. Fight on the floor. Jump ball called. And the possession arrow does favor Central Lyon with 16 seconds to go. So lucky break there for Central Lyon.
Yeah, I would have liked them to back it out there and just, you've got a 7-point lead. Just back it out, try to get the last shot.
Right, make that the worst possible case going into the fourth. And that is what Hoogendoorn's going to do. She'll wait till 10. Now the ball is kicked out top. Ava Carolyn doing a nice job. They're playing kind of that zone. She comes out above the 3-point line. She's got those long arms, those long legs, really does a good job of extending there on the Lions and makes an effect on the passes. Ball goes inside to Reichema. She draws the contact and the foul.
I don't think that one's going to be on Christie, but Christie got lucky because she reached over top and tried to go through Taylor to get a deflection.
She was nervous.
And that would have been a 4th. That would have been big with 2 seconds left in the quarter to get your 4th foul.
Foul goes against Barron Scott. Her second puts Reichema at the free throw line. She hits the first. One more here to go here as Hofert comes into the ball game with 2 seconds to go. Maybe in case Reichema misses, maybe we can get a quick tip with just 2 seconds. Second free throw up off the mark there. Tip ball, there it is. Emery Linscomb can't put it in, but the Lions had an opportunity Nonetheless, headed to the fourth, the biggest lead of the night for either team. Lions lead by 8. We'll take a break. We'll be back with that fourth quarter when we return to Siouxland Conference girls basketball on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Back at Central Lyon here in Rock Rapids. Joel Viss, Jeff Cruz with you here tonight on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Siouxland Conference doubleheader. We've got the Wildcats and the Lions, a ranked matchup here in the girls. The number 9 Wildcats and the number 2 Lions battling it out. After this one, we'll have the boys portion, about 15-20 minutes or so to give them guys some time to warm up, but we're glad to have you here for this doubleheader tonight on a frigid Friday and taking you into a very cold weekend. We hope you stay warm. As Taya Christie fires from deep to start the fourth quarter, short, rebounded away by Danica Hugendorn. Lions have a great opportunity here. They lead by 8 starting the fourth quarter. They can blow this game open and really take West Lyon out of it, but they got to get a good start. Ball goes inside. Taya Christie's going to grab her fourth as a little push in the back on Hofert. And if you're the Lions, you got to go right back
at her. Exactly. I was just going to say, Coach Brasser not making any movement to get a sub in.
Ball goes inside, and they will. Oh, they looked down there. It was there. They just didn't go for it.
You don't really want to force things at times. You want to force things right now. You want to get it to.
Nice find there on the weak side by Hugendorn, but Hofert missed it. Sometimes you're just too wide open, and that was the case there. She missed it. Wildcats back on offense here, though, 40-32. Lions holding on to that 8-point lead. Wildcats are going to have to start forcing the issue. They like to play slow. They play methodical, but they're going to have to start scoring in bunches. 3 from the corner, up and good for Barron Scott. She hits it and pulls the Wildcats within 5. That was a big shot for West Lyon there. To the free throw line to Hofert. Back around there into the corner. Hugendorn's going to attack down low, loses the handle. She'll get called for the travel. Lost the ball as she tried to go up for the shot.
Yeah, and again, Christie is down low, and she's going to just stand there. I mean, you have at this point with 6.5 minutes left in the game, you can't foul out doing something silly. So it was a good take there by Danica, just unfortunately losing control of the ball.
Wildcats back on the offensive end. A foul called on Struckman as she gets called for the reach. Second foul on Cheyenne. Senior guard for Central Lyon. 6:27 to go here in the ball game. 5-point lead for Central Lyon. Siouxland Conference, big matchup here. Lions looking to stay undefeated and atop the Siouxland Conference. Ball goes into Christie. She shoots from deep again. She's short off the mark. Rebound goes to Hugendorn and a foul. Foul goes on Caitlin Terwee, just her first. Wildcats' second team foul. It's okay for them because if they're at this position, they're going to have to get the Lions into a free throw shooting spot. So they're all right giving up a few fouls here early. 2-3 zone being applied by the Wildcats. And once again, Carolyn gets the bat down, but Reikema goes inside. She collects it, picks up the garbage. and draws the foul against Barron Scott. That's her third.
See the replay here is a good defensive play by Carolyn, but
she has
Reichman just kind of Johnny on the spot there to get the ball and gets fouled.
Carolyn has such long arms, very active hands. As Reichema hits the first one, Carolyn, and she plays that perfect position. When they play that big zone there, she can come out there and really cause problems. When you get into zone, that first pass is what starts the offense. And when you can affect that, that causes a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and it also, with that length, it makes those cross-court passes hard, too, for the Lions because you can't, you got to put some zip on it because she's just so long.
Reichema hits both free throws. Lead is back to 7. Wildcats work around the perimeter here now again, trying to look down low, looking for that give and go. Hofert's going to step out on Christie. They're going to show. Deep from the corner there, Wildcats off the mark. Struckman grabs the rebound. Lions will push it across here and wisely bring it back out. Wildcats in that zone trying to keep Christie out of that foul trouble there. Reichema can't handle the pass down low and loses the handle, tied up, and the jump ball favors Central Lyon.
Joel, not the last time we're going to see multiple girls diving for balls in this game. You are just they're giving everything they got. Both teams are out there. Both teams are just scrappy.
Ball goes down low there to Reichema. Turnaround shot up and good, or not good. Christie, they went right at her, and she did a great job of just playing straight up. She affected the shot without fouling. And the Lions draw a foul of their own, though, against Hofer. She picks up her first.
Yeah, that was really good defense there by Christie.
Foul does allow the Lions to set up in that full court press. And if nothing else, you're not trying to get a steal out of that press. What you're doing is making West Lyon use more clock time to just get across the half line and get into their offense. And it really shuts them down. Nice feed there inside to Christie. Shot up and good. Bella Kramer did a great job there. She was attacking, looked to the weak side, and Christie was ready for it.
Yeah, that was a very nice play there by a freshman.
Ball goes inside again. And a timeout called by the Lions. They're trying to save the possession. 4:39 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take one as well. We'll be back with more Siouxland Conference basketball on the Lions Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most. I started mowing lawns in 5th or 6th grade and I started making money, so my parents decided to open a bank account here at Frontier Bank. I feel like when you walk in the door, they know you on a personal level and you know everyone else. With Frontier Bank's mobile app, I can check my balances all the time. Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most.
Welcome back to Rock Rapids. Joel Viss, Jeff Cruz with you here. Central Lyon and West Lyon Beef Bowl basketball style. A girls' first part of our doubleheader here tonight. Central Lyon with a 5-point lead and the basketball. Lions just calling a timeout. Saved the possession there as it was just about tied up. Possession arrow does favor the Wildcats right now. Lions will lob it in over the top to Hugendorn. Just about losing the handle up top with it. Lions playing with that 5-point lead. Don't have to be in a hurry, but you also want to get a good look.
Yeah, under 10 seconds to go on the shot clock, though, so now they got to hurry.
Back around there, Vanderzee will attack down low, looks inside, shoots it right between the 5-hole of Eliana Hofer. Wildcats go the other way. Hugendorn gets the steal, but then loses it herself. Thought it might have been a backcourt violation, but say there was no possession had. Nonetheless, Wildcats back with the ball. They drive inside. Shorting the layup there was Kramer. She thought she was fouled, but nothing.
Yeah, I think she honestly, I think she just tripped over her own 2 feet, to be honest with you. The Lions were content to let her drive and try to take that left-handed layup.
Lions back on the offense. Hoogenhorn drives inside. She draws a lot of contact, gets her own rebound, and now she's fouled. And we'll see who that foul goes on. There was a lot of black jerseys down there. And the foul is going to go against Caitlin Terwee, just her second. Team foul number 4, though, for the Wildcats. That'll put the Lions in the bonus. They'll be shooting on every foul from here on out. Hoogendoorn off the mark on the first one. Danica currently with 10 points. Got to that 10 early in the third quarter and has been pretty quiet the rest of the way through as she hits the second. Lions lead back to 6. Lions will continue to pressure here with 3:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Wildcats trying to work the perimeter, now down low. Here it goes to Christie in the paint. Should have been called for a 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Instead, has it stripped away by Hoogendoorn.
I'll be honest with you, Joel. West Lions have been parked in the paint pretty much this entire fourth quarter between Baron Scott and Christie, but they haven't gotten called for it yet, so you might as well keep doing it.
The whole game's been that way. It's really actually been very well officiated.
Yeah.
They've been letting these girls play. They've been getting position. Good give and go. Hoogendoorn down low, can't get it. Hofert gets the rebound and draws the foul. Hofert will head to the free throw line. That foul goes against Baron Scott. That is her 4th. So Hofert heads to the free throw line.
That was just a good hustle play there by Ellie Hofert.
First free throw up and gets the shooter's roll to go through. Hofert is good on the first. And we'll have a few substitutions. Looks like we're going to get a timeout as well. 2:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. Lions lead by 7. We'll be back with more Siouxland Conference basketball on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Back in Rock Rapids here, Central Lyon and West Lyon duking it out here in a Siouxland Conference girls basketball matchup. Central Lyon currently with a 44-37 lead. Eliana Hofert at the free throw line. She's got 1 to go. 2:49 to play in the ball game. Lions looking to extend their lead here. Shot up and good for Hofert, and that matches the biggest lead of the game here for the Lions at 8. Lions will set up here as Hofert comes out of the game. They'll bring in Reikema, and that allows the Lions to set up in this full court pressure and force the Wildcats to burn some clock, moving it up the court. Lions really contest the inbound, and as soon as that comes, then it's just a man-to-man pressure to bring it up the court. Wildcats running the wheel around the corner there, and a foul called on Reikema as Bella Kramer collects some contact.
That's okay. The Lions, that's just the 3rd team foul. Second one on Reikema, so nothing big there.
Wildcats will check it into the backcourt. Kramer will bring it up here. Back and forth. Linscomb all over her, putting some pressure on. Wildcats try and go down low. Good help there by Danica. They're not allowing the inbound to go to the block. Kramer attacks inside. Lots of contact there. And they'll call a blocking foul.
Actually, I think they're going to call a reach-in foul on Lincecum.
Oh, wow, they are. They're going to call the reach, man.
Yeah. Two girls go hit the ground. The foul is going to be called on
the backside.
On the backside. That's all right, though.
And it is a shooting foul.
It is a shooting. That is not okay for the Lions. You definitely don't want to be committing shooting fouls.
Bella Kramer hits the first part of it there. Hofert will check back in. Lincecum will head to the bench. Kramer has another one to come here. Free throw up. That one's good as well. That's a big one. That brings it back to a two-possession game. Wildcats bringing some full court pressure on. Lions moving it up the court. Foul will go. Blocking foul against Kramer. And that'll send Taylor Reikema to the free throw line. And Taylor Reikema might be one of the best free throw shooters we have.
Yeah, I'm not sure Coach Brasser wanted. I think he wanted to play some tough defense. I'm not sure he wanted to commit that foul.
Not that far away from the hoop.
Not that far away from the hoop, at least.
Taylor Reikema splashes home the first one. Back to a 7-point lead, making it 3 possessions. Struckman comes out, Lincecum back in. Second free throw on the way is good as well for Reikema. Lead is back to 8. Lions force the pressure here, and Lincecum going to draw that foul. And same thing for the Lions. They did not want to see that foul because that's team foul number 5, and now we're going to walk it back across.
Yeah, like you said, Joel, that both teams there may be getting a little impatient and not thinking things through all the way, because you definitely don't want to foul that far away from the hoop when you've got a lead to give West Lyon a chance to score with the clock stopped.
And having a good free throw shooter in Kramer at the free throw line, she knocks it down. Wildcats are equally as good at shooting free throws. Kramer just 64%, but doing a great job here tonight so far. Wildcats hit them both. And a timeout called by Central Lyon. Coach Grafing going to call a quick 30. We'll keep this one here as Coach Grafing looking here to just talk it over and talk over the final 2 minutes of the game. You want to just make sure your team knows the situation and what the idea is going forward. What are you going to do on offense? What are we going to do on defense?
Yeah, especially now that West Lyon jumped into that full court pressure, just making sure the girls know their press break, what she wants to see out of them. Talk that over with them. They haven't seen the full court press very much tonight, just so you don't get kind of caught off guard and those sorts of things. The Lions have 3 timeouts left, so they got plenty of timeouts for the rest of the game, I guess is my point. So they can burn one there just to go back over everything with the girls.
Yeah, no need to get flustered. That'll be the big thing.
Right,
They're going to bring pressure.
Yep.
They're going to come at you. Don't get flustered. Stay composed, and just do what you know how to do.
The Lions with basically their 5 guards into the game now.
They know West Lyon's going to come after them there, so they've got all their shooters on the floor. Hugendorn goes coast to coast. Little scoop layup is good. Beats the press on her own. Back to an 8-point lead, under 2 to play. Wildcats going to force some pressure. There's the 3 from deep, no good. Rebound goes to Reikema, and now she'll dribble through. She'll draw the contact, and she'll go to the free throw line. Kramer went down there awkwardly. I think she took a shot to the mouth there. Foul was against Caitlin Terwee, her 3rd. Lions are in the bonus, though. Both teams are in the bonus, so any foul from here on out, we will be at the free throw line. Lions with an 8-point lead. Chance to extend that with Reikema. First free throw off the mark there for Taylor. Hofert going to come back into the game.
See Coach Grafing going offense for defense, putting Hofert and Lincecum in. Vanderweerd and Struckman will come out.
Second free throw here for Taylor as Reikema is up and good. 50-41, and a tip ball, and it last touched by the Wildcats, and the Lions using that defense. And here comes that offensive players back on. The guards back in, the ball handlers for the Lions. Largest lead of the night, 50-41. We talked about that, Jeff. If the Lions could get to 50, they were in good shape. Ball batted around, tipped around. Finally, Ada Vanderzee comes up with it, and Wisely just hangs on to it, and they know the clock is in their favor.
Yeah, Hagedorn can just literally dribble out 15 seconds here. If West Lyon's not going to pressure the ball, now here comes Carolyn.
Hoogendorn will now go with it. She will push a little bit with 12 seconds. Now the Lions will go, try and lob it over the top. Stolen, though, by Barron Scott. She's bringing it back across the timeline, and a double dribble going to be called.
Yeah, Barron Scott was desperately trying to draw a foul there as Vanderweer just trying to get out of the way.
Minute 5 to go. Lions with a 9-point lead, and West Lyon forced to come up and foul and just try and extend the game. Obviously, with that 9-point advantage, the clock is totally against West Lyon. So Carolyn draws her second. That puts Hoogendorn at the free throw line. Danica Hoogendorn good on the first. The Lions will bring in the defensive unit once again. First time we've been at a double-digit lead. We knew it was going to be a tight game and a good game, and here we are with just a minute to go in the game, and the lead is now 11.
And like you said, Joel, we talked early, right? The free throws. The Lions, it's not coming down to that, but the reason they have this 11-point lead, now 9-point lead, is because of free throws.
Little scoop shot there by Ava Carolyn. Quick shot by the Wildcats. They get a timeout. And yeah, we did talk that it was going to come down to the end. If the Lions could hit those free throws late in the game and hang on to their lead, and that's one thing. Not only do you can extend your lead or keep your lead with those fouls and those free throws, but those are morale things. If you go up there and you miss those free throws, then you see girls start doubting themselves, and then it gets pressure, and then the intensity steps up, and it really favors the defense if you're not hitting free throws. Free throws are the most nerve-wracking, but the most calming thing you can do on the basketball court.
Yeah, and sometimes it's, like you said, it can snowball too, right? Like if you come out there and you miss one or two, and then the next person comes up and they miss one or two, like it can be contagious at times where it just kind of snowballs in the bad way. But the opposite is also true. If you start off and you make the first one, you go 2 for 2, the next person comes up, they go for 2 for 2. All of a sudden, there's all this confidence in the team that you're going to make your free throws, and it's not really going to matter what the other team does.
Out of the timeout here now, Lions will have the ball. Wildcats going to set up full court pressure. Lions lead by 9, just need to get the ball in and just about have it stolen away there. Vanderzee able to collect it and then draws the foul against Emma Poppins.
Yeah, that was a dangerous inbounds pass there by the Lions. I'm surprised that we didn't send anybody deep, as Westline did play us a little different that time. The first time they let the inbound pass come in, and then they went to trap. This time they played hard defense the whole way around, and almost got the steal.
Vanderzee up and good on the free throw attempt. Ada Vanderzee is statistically our best free throw shooter. She's 82% from the free throw line. So for the Wildcats, that was the worst person to come up with the basketball. Vanderzee hits them both. Back to 11 is the lead with 50 seconds to go. Wildcats are going to have to score and score in a hurry. We'll see if Taya Christie, she's probably been the most effective three-point shooter here tonight. Carolyn just about loses the handle. She's got to force one up and gets it to go. Carolyn hits the three, and Coach Brasser quickly calls timeout with 35 seconds to go.
Yeah, honestly, I thought she lost the ball going up. It kind of came weird off her hand, and it was like a line drive shot, but it was very accurate. Hit the back of the rim and went to the floor through the net.
Ava
for the
Carolyn
Wildcats.
with that big three puts her to double figures, I do believe. I think that gives her 10 now on the night.
Yeah, the Wildcats shooting 50, or sorry, no, that's the Central Line shooting 50% from 3-point. Wildcats shooting 36, which is almost 10 percentage points better than what they shoot on the season.
Right around that 34% overall from the field. Lions right at that 40% mark, and that's what we talked about. The Lions can shoot 40% from the field. They are going to set themselves in a pretty good position to win. And they're right at that mark here so far. And they really have not, early on in the game, in the first quarter, even in the first half, they did not shoot the ball very well and missed a couple really easy ones. Lions set up here once again, full court pressure by the Wildcats. Wildcats, if they don't get the steal on the inbound, they're going to have to foul right away. And officials timeout here. Stoppage of play. Let's see what officials are checking with the scores.
It was an accidental horn, and so they're 34.9 seconds, so the shot clock should actually technically be turned off now. Not really going to matter because West Lyon's going to foul. They have to foul.
Lions looking to get it in. They do to Danica Hugendorn. West Lyon tries to get the steal, can't, so they're forced to foul. Carolyn will draw her third, and we'll put Danica Hugendorn back at the free throw line with 32 seconds to go. So the Lions sit here up by 8. Comfortable lead with 32 seconds to go. You just got to finish it off, and that's what good teams do. As Danica gets the first one to roll in, Taya Christie comes back in for the Wildcats. She'll play offense. Lincecum and Hofert come back in for the Lions to play defense. Hugendorn knocks them both down. The lead is 10. Wildcats will rush it back up across the court with Kramer. Off to Carolyn. She's going to have to force one up here from up top. Too strong. Nice rebound for Rykema underneath. She gets the board and draws the foul. That was a great box out and no bigger rebound on the night.
Yeah, that was a really good job there by the sophomore Rykema to go up and get that rebound and then secure it when she came down. Didn't let the hands get in there to tip it away. And she's going to go to the line here. Probably to ice this game. You know, it's a 3-possession game, or sorry, a 4-possession game right now. With 19 seconds, it's basically over.
Free throw up and good for Rykema, now at 11 points with 19 seconds to go. Lions, nobody on there to rebound. They're just going to stay back, play defense, let the Wildcats run the clock out as Taylor hits the second. Wildcats do push it up ahead. Kramer going to look for Carolyn. She'll be the one to shoot it here. Comes to the top of the key, fires and hits. Three-pointer's good. Timeout called with 9.2 seconds to go. That is the final timeout, though, for the Wildcats. Carolyn, you know that shot's coming. We knew they were setting it up for her. She did a really good job, though, of coming off of that, receiving the ball, and was ready to shoot immediately. She caught that ball right at the top of the key, lined up, squared up, and able to hit that one. So, I mean, just that's exactly what you need to do if you're West Lyon.
It was. You know, I'm sure Coach Brasser would have liked them to get the ball down court faster. They would, 10 seconds to get the shot off, which is not something you really want. You want to get the ball, you want to push it as fast as you can to get it up the court. But that was a great screen. You know, the Lions went under the screen. Like to see them maybe go over top of these screens here in this situation.
Yeah, especially when you know they're going to have to shoot the three.
Yeah, West Lyon has basically no options but threes.
Lions try to get it in. Carolyn makes the steal. She tries to fire a quick one, misses. Struckman comes up with it, and the Lions will run out the clock. And Central Lyon will hold court here at home, 58-49. A 9-point victory for the Lions over West Lyon. Lions will improve to 14-1. They will stay perfect in 12-0 in Siouxland Conference play. And congratulations to Coach Heather Griffin on career win number 300 with that victory over the Wildcats tonight. 300 career wins for Coach Griffin And we say big congratulations to her. A great accomplishment for a coach. We'll have a presentation of the game ball. And 300 wins is awesome, Jeff. That's a big accomplishment to start. But when you get it over your county rival in a big top 10 matchup, it's a little bit sweeter.
That's right. We said earlier it's a big game, for the conference, but a big game for all of the state rankings and the regionals that will be released the first week of February. And to make your 300th win this big of an environment, it's just something special.
Yeah, that adds a little extra pressure, getting that 300th win and then trying to coach it against this team out there,
yeah.
A very good team. Makes it a little bit harder. Sometimes you like to see those in the easier games collect that one,
yeah.
but
I'm not sure Coach Rafing was aware. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. But the assistant coaches were aware. We did get a little something put together for her, as you see them taking a quick picture with the team.
So the Lions are victorious here tonight, 58-49 over West Lyon. And we'll take a break here. We'll come back in just a few moments. We'll have the boys portion of our Siouxland Conference doubleheader here. The Wildcats and the Lions will duke it out in boys basketball action in just a few moments. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll preview that game for you a little bit. We'll talk to Coach Gerleman, and we'll bring you Siouxland Conference boys basketball action in just a few moments. You're watching Lion basketball and the Siouxland Conference on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most. I started mowing lawns in 5th or 6th grade and I started making money, so my parents decided to open a bank account here at Frontier Bank. I feel like when you walk in the door, they know you on a personal level and you know everyone else. With Frontier Bank's mobile app, I can check my balances all the time. Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most.
Welcome back here live from Rock Rapids, a second half of our Siouxland Conference matchup here tonight between the Wildcats and the Lions. You see the boys warming up down on the floor. Joel Viss, Jeff Cruz with you here tonight, and so glad to have you along. Thank you to our absolutely great sponsors that make it possible. They include Avera Medical Group, Frontier Bank, Pizza Ranch, Premier Bank, DeNoble Austin & Company PC, Hilltop Coffee, Murphy Family Dentistry, Papic Motors, Pepsi Cola Bottling Company, Sanford Health, and Secret of Fultz Insurance and Real Estate. They make it possible for us to do coverage for you here on the network. We've got some things coming up here. We've got this game coming up, but up ahead on our broadcast network on Thursday, January 29, a 7th and 8th grade girls basketball matchup against West Lyon at 4:15 in the afternoon. We'll have coverage for you on our network of that 7th and 8th grade middle school girls game. Also coming up Thursday the 29th, Siouxland Conference Boys Wrestling Tournament from Sioux Center starts at 5. And then on Monday, February the 2nd, we'll have basketball here against Spirit Lake, JV, JVR, and Varsity all the way through on Monday it's hard to think we're already to February, Jeff.
Yeah, it's coming up quickly. One more week of January.
We do invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. You doing that allows us to let you know when we post live videos and broadcasts. And as always, you can follow Central Lyon on Facebook and on X, and we'll keep you up to date on all the news, whether we're canceling school like we had to today.
That's right. It's maybe not the first spot, but it's definitely a spot that you can find the weather cancellations and changes.
Well, we get to this boys action here. The Lions of Central Lyon come in 2-11 on the season. The Wildcats at 6-8. You see a look at there. Wildcats averaging 55.7 points a game. Lions at 43.5. That was a lot worse earlier in the season, Jeff. The Lions have brought that up immensely. They're playing better basketball here since the holiday break.
Yeah, they are. They went to Cherokee and got a win against a ranked Cherokee team. They unfortunately didn't play very well against Sheldon in our last home game. And then, it's just kind of a gauntlet to go through the first half of the year for the Lions in the Siouxland Conference. Coach Earlman and I talked about that in our interview that we'll see here shortly. But, exactly right. The Lions are playing much better. Sometimes the worst thing in sports is to be just on the cusp of doing really good things, but not winning, right? Like you're there, you're almost there, you're doing all the right things. It's just not showing up in the wins column.
Well, and the hard part is a very young squad for the Lions.
Yes.
They play a lot of sophomores out there. Got a good mix of some seniors in there, but a lot of younger players getting some real varsity action here finally this year. And the learning curve in the Siouxland Conference is not a fun one.
No, it's not. It's obviously one of the year in, year out, one of the toughest conferences in all the state, especially for this 2A, 3A basketball.
Well, we got the Lions and the Wildcats here tonight. And once again, we're going to look at some stuff out here for the Lions. Same thing as the girls. The Wildcats, they're going to try and beat on us. They're going to use their size and their physicality against us to try and take advantage. The Lions, they're going to try and run and gun. They want to bomb it away and shoot almost as much as possible and give themselves plenty of opportunities out there. So a lot of what we saw in the girls' game, we'll see here in the boys' game, and we'll see which side comes out. Wildcats, they were victorious in the early game, got a big win over the Lions a couple of weeks ago, a score of 67-40. I think this game will be a little bit closer. Like I said, the Lions are playing a lot better now than when they played the first time around.
Yeah, the Lions they need to see the ball go in the bucket early in this game. If they can do that, they can definitely hang with any team. They haven't been able to get it going early in most games, and before you know it, they're down by double digits, and then it doesn't really matter if you start to see the bucket go or start to make buckets because you dug yourself too big of a hole.
Right, and then that is going to be a big thing, is getting going early for Coach Gerleman and his team here tonight. We'll see if they can get that done. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll talk to Coach Gerleman about his squad when we return to the second part of our Siouxland Conference basketball matchup between West Lyon and Central Lyon, here live on the Lions Broadcast Network.
My name's Elin, and I like sports because I like watching them. My name's Miles, and I just like the school in general because our teachers are nice and we get to do a lot of fun stuff. Hi, my name's River, and I like the sports teams because my mom coaches the basketball team.
Super Defaults. Local, true. Insurance, real estate, all for you.
Welcome back to the pregame show. We're being joined by Central Lyon Boys head coach Ben Gerleman. Coach, thanks for joining us.
You bet, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Coach, it's been a couple weeks since our last home game, so let's talk about those games that we've had in that time period. We had a game at home versus Sheldon, and then 2 games on the road, MOC, Floyd Valley, and Boyden Hall. Tell us a little bit about the last couple of weeks.
The Sheldon game really just didn't go our way at all. I mean, we didn't do a whole lot of things well. We didn't shoot the ball in the basket.
Yeah.
And they played their best game of the year. They shot the ball unbelievable. I think they made like 15 threes in that game, which
I think they were over double their season average.
Yeah. And if you look at the percentages, you're like, okay, that's like it was just their night.
Yep.
And that happens. So
it does.
That was frustrating because we felt like that's a team that that we can beat and should beat, and just they played harder than we did. That was the biggest thing. And the team that played harder made shots.
Yeah.
So
you're still there at the end. I mean, it ended up being a single-digit game. I mean, as well as like you said, sometimes you just play the percentages, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they just shoot better than. I mean, you just live and die by it at some point.
At some point, you've got a game plan, and your game plan can't be we're going to take everything away. Like,
right.
I mean,
you have to give something up. That's how it works.
That's unrealistic
Right.
in sports. Like you can't go into the game thinking I've got to take this away, and if I take this away, I should also be able to do this. Like you got to pick and choose. Like we chose to take the paint away. We chose to take driving lanes and take their big guy out of the game, which we did do.
Yep.
And their guards just made shots.
Yeah.
Like I think the kid that scored 25 or whatever, he scored more points that one game than he had all year.
Yeah, I believe he was averaging like 6 or something, 5. It was crazy. I mean, hats off to him. He played a great game.
Played awesome. Yep. So that was disappointing. And then obviously the last couple games we played two really, really good teams.
Yep.
We're kind of getting back through that the second time through the conference, and so we're going to go through this stretch now. We're playing a bunch of really good teams. It's just going to be difficult.
Yeah, Sheldon was the end of the rotation for the boys, and MLC Floyd Valley was the beginning of coming back to it, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And so, like we talked about when we had home games like every night back in
Right,
December.
yeah.
The first half of the season is really just a meat grinder for the boys right now. With you get basically the top 5 or the first 5 that in the conference are the ones that we're going to face.
Right.
Starting with MLC Floyd Valley.
And as you look at as we go back through now, our realistically our best chances to win games will probably be the last 4 games of the year.
Right.
Outside of Unity, who's later in the year. But I mean MOC, Boyden Hall, you bring West Lyon in, who I think is potentially a state tournament 2A team. Then you got to go to Sioux Center, and it's just like it just doesn't stop. And so as long as we're getting better, I think we can live with that. Like, I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. Like, and I've told our kids, like, I would be very, very impressed with them if we can go through this stretch and get better every day.
Right.
Because it's hard to get better when you're getting your teeth kicked in.
It is.
It's really hard. And
especially at the high school level. I mean,
yes.
It's the nature of the beast.
And the last couple games, we got our teeth kicked in. And, I will say, we watched some film with the kids from our last game with Boyden Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And, I showed them 15 possessions from the first half alone. And we felt like at halftime of the game, without watching any film, during it, we felt like we should have had 6 or 7 more buckets in the first half. And then we go back and look at the film, and I showed the kids 15, which is about half of our possessions in the first half. And we played really, really well of doing the things we needed to do, moving the ball the way we needed to move it, getting it where we wanted to get it, and we just didn't make any shots.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't make the shots inside. We didn't make them from the perimeter. We did a ton of good things, and we felt like even after watching the film, like we should have had between 14 and 16 more points at halftime of that game.
Right.
And as a result, we don't. And now it's a 20-point game instead of a 4-point game.
Right.
And so I showed the kids that, like, guys, we're doing really good things. We just got to get in the basket.
Right.
Like, there's nothing more to do than we just got to start getting in the basket.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will start tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And talking about tonight, I told Coach Grafing this in our last home conference game of the year, which is
it's hard
crazy,
to believe, right?
Considering that we're just starting the second half of the season for the conference rotation at least.
Right.
But West Lyon coming in, what will we see from them?
Really athletic team.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're one of the. I would say they're for sure a top 15 team, if not a top 10 team in 2A. Like, they're really athletic. They're big. They're physical. And all of that kind of makes up for some of the things that they have deficiencies in, right? They're not necessarily the best shooting team. They got a couple kids that shoot it really well, but as a group, outside the paint, right? Their athleticism kind of covers up some of that,
right?
But defensively, they're really good. Like I said, they're physical. They can just beat you up inside, and they can really play defense. So it's going to be a tough challenge for us tonight.
Yeah, I did notice looking at the stats, if you just look at the stats on paper and you look at it and you're like, oh, well, they don't, we shoot, similarly, if not better than them in a lot of different categories. But it's some of the intangibles sometimes that you don't see when you're just looking at the stats that really make a big difference in the game, like size and physicality and the quickness and those sorts of things you really have to see in person.
You'll watch the game tonight, and there'll be times where we have guys that do really good things, and they're in a great spot, and it didn't matter.
Right. Yes.
Like, I mean, we had that happen, Tuesday night. I think it was Abram Metzger was boxing out trying to rebound and was in great position, and the kid was just 6'6" and tall and athletic, and Abram's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully our kids just keep doing the things they need to do, keep getting better at that. The other stuff, like, that's stuff we can't control. Like, we can't control how athletic the other team is.
No.
Like, I mean, we can't control that. We control what we do.
Right.
And how hard we do it in our effort. And if we can do that, hopefully we'll get the breaks we need, and hopefully we'll come up with half of those those loose ball situations. But I mean, if we do that, yeah, we can probably play with this team, but it's going to be a very difficult night.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, we are talking about, when we played Sheldon, if the percentages going, against us, you just hope for one of those nights for the percentages to go in our favor, right? Like to hit one of those games where you get 2 or 3 guys that are just, they might be, averaging 4 or 5 points, and all of a sudden they're all in double digits to just give you a little boost, a little jump start to help kind of get things going.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can do that, and a lot of it's just if we can just get off to a good start.
Right.
Yeah. Our kids play better when they see the ball go in the basket, and if we can get off to a better start, hopefully that would maybe fix some of that. But like I said, our kids are they're working hard. They're giving everything they can give for the most part, and again, we're playing the right way. Like our kids are doing really good things, and we just hopefully we have one of those nights where it all clicks and we do shoot the ball in the basket and we do finish all of those shots that we should probably finish. And if we do that, I mean, it'll be kind of like the Cherokee game.
Right.
Where we do that and we win.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't do that and we don't win.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, hopefully the Lions can get that done tonight.
Yeah, hopefully.
I want to thank you for taking some time of your day to join us.
You bet. Thank you.
And we'll be back with more of our pregame show after these words from our sponsors.
On top of a hill in the heart of our little town, there's a place where the coffee's always hot and the smells are even warmer. At Hilltop, we brew more than just coffee. We brew connection, comfort, and community. Locally roasted, lovingly served, always welcoming. Come in, slow down, and stay a while. Hilltop, your coffee, your community.
Welcome back to Rock Rapids. Joel Viss, Jeff Cruz with you here tonight on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. Part number 2 of our Siouxland Conference matchup here between West Lyon and Central Lyon, the Wildcats and the Lions. Now to our starting lineups here tonight for the West Lyon Wildcats. They come in tonight 6-8 overall, 5-5 in Siouxland Conference play. They start things off with a senior, a 6'5", number 10. It is Sam Underberg. After that, at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 30 is Ben Meyer. At guard, 6'2" junior is Easton DeYoung. At the other guard, a 6'2" senior, number 12 is Jared Selesky. And finally, at center, a 6'5" sophomore, number 5 is Jackson DeYoung. For the Wildcats, Aaron Johnson, the head coach, leading West Lyon to the court here tonight. For Central Lyon, they come in tonight 2-11 on the season, 0-10 in Siouxland Conference play. They're led by head coach Ben Gerleman here tonight. They start things off at a guard, a sophomore, number 11 is Eric Austin. At guard, a senior, number 14 is Leo Groen. The other guard, a sophomore, number 3 is Eli Groen. And the final sophomore the other guard is a senior, number 0, Porter Vogel. And then at guard, a junior, number 4, Logan Koob, the starting 5 for the Central Lyon Lions here tonight. Beef Bowl basketball style, round number 2. The Lady Lions picked up the win against West Lyon in game number 1. Ben Meyer steps into the center circle. He'll take on Leo Groen for the jump here tonight. Wildcats definitely with the size advantage down there. Like I said, not one starter under 6'2", and makes it really tough when you got nobody under 6 foot even out there on the floor.
Yeah, Lions are going to be outmatched a little bit height-wise, maybe a little bit weight-wise, but they just got to make up for it with effort tonight.
Wildcats shoot a deep 3 to start. It's off the mark, rebounded away by Easton DeYoung. They go back inside right away. Turnaround jumper, no good. Ben Meyer collects the rebound. Wildcats maintain possession, get another chance. They'll fire from deep. This time it's good. Sam Underberg gets the scoring underway. Wildcats going to show some full court pressure as the Lions will break it up here across. They'll get it across the timeline. Vogel with it in the left side. He'll bring it back out top and reset. Now Eric Austin, the sophomore, with it. Trying to go down low. It's not there, so they continue to work the perimeter very fast pace right away. Ball goes inside, but tipped away by Ben Meyer. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Wildcats. 3-0 early lead here for West Lyon on Underberg's tray earlier on. Lions under 5 seconds to go in the shot clock. Got to try and get one up and over. Vogel gets one away and scores as the shot clock expires. Wildcats quickly the other direction, though. They attack down low. Lions tie it up, but fighting through it and scoring the two is Jared Selesky. Back to a 3-point advantage. 5-2, Wildcat lead. Vogel crosses the timeline. Here comes the trap. And the timeout has to be called to save the possession. Coach Gerlman, a quick 30. Vogel got it across, kind of lost the handle there, Jeff. And the worst place to pick up the ball when that pressure's coming there is right there as you cross that. Wildcats, nice job of jumping it, getting that trap in the corner. They use the half line as another defender.
Yeah, the Lions actually, I think they can break the press. They got to get the ball down court quicker. They actually could have gone a sideline, kind of sideline press break where you get the ball on the side. Eric Austin's wide open at midcourt right in front of the scorer's table. They would have gotten it to him instantly. He could have attacked, and the Lions even might have had an opportunity for a fast break, but they slow it down and they try to break it with their traditional press break. Sometimes you just got to go with it.
Lions maintain the possession on that timeout. They'll check it back into the backcourt. Here comes the pressure on Vogel. He picks up his dribble once again. Does get it across. Austin will attack down low. Little runner in the lane, no good. Rebound goes to Selesky. Ball tipped from behind. Koob taps it away and knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats.
I do want to say hi to a few people watching. They left us some messages. Mark Ross, Nebelsek's watching from home. Mike and Jackie Austin also watching from home.
It's pretty cold out there. We figured we'd have a few people tuning in. Shot from deep for the Wildcats once again. Off the mark this time for Underberg. Lions do get the rebound. Lions looking inside, now back around. They reverse to the perimeter. Don't quite have the size to go down low against these Wildcats, so they're going to have to win with ball movement. Eli Groen back out top. Austin will fire from up top. He hits it and ties it at 5. Eric Austin, the 3 from up top. Wildcats back into the offensive set here. Down low, good cut to the lane, foul and the bucket. Easton DeYoung made the pass inside. He cut immediately to the hoop. Catch and score. He'll have a chance to earn the old-fashioned three-point play. Free throw up and good for Easton DeYoung. He does convert. Foul was against Porter Vogel. That is his first. Lions try and lob it over the top there and beat it down the sidelines, but throw it too far. Throw it out of bounds. Turnover back to the Wildcats. Wildcats back on offense here. Looking over to the sidelines is DeYoung. They will reset. Call out the offensive set in the half court. Reverse around, try to go inside. Ball is tipped in the air. Wildcats collect. Back at it. Selesky fires from 3. That one's good. Jared Selesky, the senior Wildcat, hits the 3. Extends the lead to 6 now at 11-5. Ball poked out from behind. A freebie on the other end. And a free or a layup there goes for Easton DeYoung as he scores once again. Lions struggling with this press here. When they do beat it, they get caught from behind. Back at it here. Eli Groen going to fire from deep. No good. Selesky with the rebound. Wildcats just keeping the pressure on offensively, defensively. Ben Meyer, man, what a great move for the big guy down low.
Yeah, Meyer showing some good moves there at the post. The Lions have got they got to break the press and then just set their offense up. They got a good look the last time down the court. Just unfortunately didn't get the ball to go through the bucket.
Lions back into the set, go down low. Leo goes up strong with it, can't score. Wildcats come away with it.
Yeah, growing just a little too far underneath the basket, hit the side of the backboard there.
Wildcats play with a whole lot of tempo, and they use physicality, as that time Jackson DeYoung goes strong to the bucket and scores. 17-5, Lions need a timeout with 3:36 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take one with them. We'll be back here with Siouxland Conference boys basketball action on the Lions Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Back in Rock Rapids here out of the timeout, Lions basketball, 17-5. West Lyon on top here early in this one.
West Lyon going to a little 2-3 zone here out of the timeout.
Lions make a change in here, put Metzger into the ball game. He goes strong to the hoop. Good catch, good strong catch, and attacks. And Abram Metzger will head to the free throw line.
See if I hit the replay a little late here, but you can see it. Not sure who they called the foul on from behind, I believe.
Foul was against Sam Underberg for West Lyon. Abram Metzger, just a freshman here for the Lions. We said that this Lions roster is very young as he makes the first one. Say a shout out to John and Pam Hoff. They say they're watching from warmer weather down south, and that doesn't take a whole lot right now,
No, it
Jeff.
doesn't. Did see the graphic where it was warmer in Anchorage, Alaska than Iowa. Most places in Iowa today.
It is cold up here, and glad they could tune in. They're West Lyon Wildcats at heart, but they've done their fair share of cheering for the Lions as well. Got a lot of grandkids that have gone through that family. 17-7, Wildcats, 10-point lead and the ball. Step back three-pointer up and good for West Lyon. River Kramer knocks it down.
Boy, unofficially, Joel, West Lyon shooting about 64%. When our stats update, it might be even better than 64%.
Well, they're shooting better from the three-point line than they are from inside. Nathan Robinson, his three off the mark. Wildcats push up ahead once again. Kramer looked at a three, decided better, pulled it back down. Now he gets it right back. Go inside to Selesky. Good weak side find there. Nice job, Selesky, finding Jarence Knobloch on the baseline. Lions back here trying to beat this pressure. Wildcats just playing with a lot more tempo than the Lions are. Lions go inside. Metzger, he gets a nice find underneath. And Leo Groen scores at the rim.
Good find there from the freshman.
Good pump fake going inside, drawing the foul down low. Jackson DeYoung got the first Lion up in the air, drives past him, and then draws the contact underneath. Foul goes against not Leo Groen, goes against Eric Austin. Had Leo Groen in the air.
Yeah, Coach Roman not happy there because Eric was in really good position, and then at the last second just put his arm, went straight up to perpendicular, and you're going to get called for the foul most times when the officials see that, unless it's obvious that it was all ball. And I think he would have been all right except for that last movement.
Logan Koob, Porter Vogel check back in for Central Lyon. DeYoung misses the second half of the free throws there. Does hit one of them, extends the lead to 23-9. Lions back on the attack here. Down low to Metzger. He'll attack to the paint. Kicks to the weak side. Lions back around the perimeter they go. 3 from deep there. Robinson hits. 23-12. Lead is 11. Wildcats quickly back into motion here. And like you said, Jeff, just the tempo that the Wildcats play with, offensively and defensively, for a young Lion team, it's hard to keep up with that.
Yeah, it is. The Lions are not a big run and gun type of team.
River Kramer in and out on that three-pointer. Rebound goes to Metzger. He is fouled from behind. Foul on that one goes against Jaron Snoblock, just his first. 3 team fouls for the Lions, just 2 for the Wildcats here in the first quarter. Wildcats back off a little bit on the full court pressure that time. That allows Austin to go all the way down. Misses the first attempt, but recollects and finally scores.
Good job there, Austin, not giving up on his own shot.
Wildcats back into it immediately. Shot from up top. Selesky off the mark. Robinson grabs the rebound. And carry going to be called there. Wanted to pass it right away, but then had to wait and double clutched on it. Gets called for gets his hand under the basketball.
Yeah, you can. There's no rule against dribbling the ball really high. You just got to keep your hand on top of the basketball. He could have also just let it go and let it come back down and hit the floor twice. But you just panic sometimes as a high school kid.
Ball goes in there to Meyer and draws the foul there. Meyer, big, tough guy. I mean, he's 6'3", he's 200-plus pounds out there. I mean, he's just huge. But then he moves so fluently, man. He's got just great footwork down there in the paint. He's tough.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Abram Metzger. Abram's working and getting better each and every year or each and every game. He's going to be called for back-to-back fouls as now Westline in the double bonus. Coach Gerlin wondering why the official that was literally right in front of it didn't call that foul.
Yeah, just his first foul there. That last one was on Logan Koob. But does put Meyer at the free throw line. Ben misses the first part of it. Second free throw up and good for Meyer. Brings the lead back to double digits. 24-14. 10-point Wildcat lead. About 1 second differential in the shot clock and the game clock here. So Lions essentially can play for the last shot. Ball goes down low. Koob back out. Robinson fires from deep. Misses the rim there and rebounded away by the Wildcats. Pushing the other direction. They reverse to the corner. Kramer pump fakes. Goes inside. Up. No good. Ben Meyer offensive rebound, and he is fouled.
Yeah, there Austin did a much better job of staying vertical the whole time. Unfortunately, Meyer getting that rebound, and then Metzger going to commit his second foul here of the game already here in the first quarter.
And that's really tough when you're going for the rebound. The offensive player gets it. You're already out of position, and then they go back up with it. Meyer hits the front end of the 2 shots.
Yeah, a lot of times that's just a no-win situation for the the defensive guy there. When smart play by Meyer, though, to go right back at the hoop, knowing he had his defender out of position there.
Leo Groen checks back in, though, for Metzger as Meyer hits the second one. Hits them both. Lead is now 12. Daxton Metzger into the game now for the Wildcats as the Lions turn it over with 2.4 on the clock. We'll see if the Wildcats try and throw one deep here or if they just take the big launch with 2.5 seconds to go. Lions are going to force them to inbound it. They will. DeYoung will fire from just over half court and just misses. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. West Lyon 12-point lead, 26-14 after 1. We'll be back with quarter number 2 when we return to Siouxland Conference basketball on the Lions Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most. I started mowing lawns in 5th or 6th grade, and I started making money, so my parents decided to open a bank account here at Frontier Bank. I feel like when you walk in the door, they know you on a personal level, and you know everyone else. With Frontier Bank's mobile app, I can check my balances all the time. Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Back in Rock Rapids, Joel Viss, Jeff Cruz with you here tonight on the Central Line Broadcast Network. Thank you so much for tuning in from wherever you are out there. We're glad we could be here for you. And we say a big thank you to each and every one of our sponsors as you see throughout tonight's broadcast. Make sure you stop in, support those sponsors when you are in town. If nothing else, make sure you tell them thank you for supporting Central Lyon activities here on our broadcast network.
Also have to thank you, Joel, for being here tonight. And also Sarah DeVries for running the stats, and my wife for running the video board here for tonight's game.
It takes a crew. Robinson fires from deep. The shot was just off the mark. Rebounded away by West Lyon. Wildcats go back at it here. Looking down low, not there. Back around. Very patient around the perimeter, but they do want to get it down to Ben Meyer. And he just backs Grown into it. And just the size ability there for Ben Meyer. Too good.
Yeah, the Lions need to try to dig out that, but the problem is you leave a shooter open when you do that.
28-14, Lions trail by 14. Driving inside is Austin there. Got rid of the ball a little too quick there. The play actually opened up for him. Kubel attack down low. Selesky's going to get called for the reach there as he tried to tie it up. So foul against Jared Selesky. That is his first. Porter Vogel will check it in here for Central Lyon from the baseline. He'll just lob it over the top. Can't get it in as it's tipped away and stolen by Jackson DeYoung. Into the corner, they work around to Underberg. Underberg will fire from there, rattles around inside and out, fight for the rebound, ends up in the hands of DeYoung, and Jackson, the 6'5" sophomore, scores the two.
Yeah, really fortuitous bounce there for West Lyon as DeYoung got it right in his hands in a free lane to get that layup.
Lions continue to work the perimeter here, just can't get it down low against West Lyon. Porter Vogel drives baseline, not there for him, has to bring it back out. Deep three on the way for Grown is good. Eli Grown knocks it down. West Lyon back across the timeline and back into their half-court set. West Lyon continues to be really patient. They wait for that post to come out with Meyer. And they just continue to work around there. Now down low to Selesky. He'll attack with it, has to bring it back out. Shot from top the key. DeYoung off the mark. Meyer offensive rebound and the putback just too strong underneath. Lead is back to 15.
Lions did do a better job that time, though, of digging out. But like I said, they did leave a wide open three-pointer. Though percentage-wise, you'd rather have that than an easy bucket underneath.
Austin's three off the mark here, now back the other way. West Lyon looking at Jackson DeYoung. He'll drive inside, he'll draw the contact and count the bucket.
Good job there by DeYoung of getting his defender on his hip and then taking it all the way in to the rim.
You know, what sets that up, fouls on Eric Austin, is he took that three-pointer last time. He didn't make it, but he took it. He pump faked the three that time. The Lions had to come out and honor it. So when he pump faked, that got the Lions off their heels, and then he was able to drive on by and collect the foul.
Yeah, the Wildcats not a great three-point shooting team as on the season as a whole, though they are shooting. Well, no, they're about shooting what they are for the year. They average 28% on the season. They're shooting 30% right now.
So DeYoung hits the free throw, makes it the three-point play. Now a 35-17 lead here for West Lyon. Quarter number 2, 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Second part of our doubleheader. The Lady Lions picked up the win in game number 1 over West Lyon. Lions rotate around now, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Leo Groen goes inside. Good move for him to get it up and over the big guy to score. West Lyon back into it right away. Now the difference here is West Lyon gets down the court in such a hurry. They have 28, 29 seconds to run their offense. Plenty of time. The Lions, on the other hand, they take so much time to get into it that it really cuts into their ability to run the floor. As they do there, Vogel gets the fast break bucket.
Yeah, West Lyon's doing a really good job of in that just that kind of even just token full court pressure. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's just token pressure, but it's really cutting into the time the Lions have to run their offense.
3 from up top for Underberg is good. And that's gut-wrenching. The Lions get back-to-back buckets. They played good defense. And then you come back down, and Sam Underberg, just like with ease, hits a 3 from up top.
Yeah, it's just kind of heartbreaking when you're trying to make a climb back into this game. You get a bucket on the one end and then turn around and give up a 3 on the defensive side of things.
Vogel drives inside. He draws the contact on Kramer. Foul will go against River, the 5'9" sophomore. Couple substitutions here for the Lions as Caleb Quaker comes in. Nate Robb back into the ball game as well. Lions weak side here underneath to Metzger. He goes up strong with it but can't finish. Selesky grabs the rebound. Jared Selesky's going to drive inside. He'll short the layup attempt. Lions grab the board. Eric Austin going to push the tempo the other way. Loses the handle on the way up. And the ball goes back to the Wildcats. Offensive foul underneath against West Lyon. I think Jaron Snoblock called. He got the hook in there, trying to gain position down on the block. That is his second for Knobloch. Ben Meyer will come back into the ball game as Knobloch will come out. A couple other substitutions as well. Mason McCarty into the game now for West Lyon. Eli Groen running the show here for the Lions. He'll start things off. There's 3 minutes to go here in the first half. 17-point lead for West Lyon here. Wildcats doing a good job keeping the Lions out of the paint, but as I say it, Porter Vogel goes baseline, just misses the layup. But West Lyon quickly the other way, and a foul is going to be called. Ben Meyer got up in the air, collected that one. And then Nate Robb grabbed a hold of him on the way down. Fresh clock here for the Wildcats as they check it back in. Underberg, he'll go down to the baseline. Looks for that no-look pass, but throws it off the shoes of Meyer.
I saw that happen a few times in the girls' game, not the no-look pass, but just going through the legs when you're trying to make that close quarters pass. Sometimes a bounce pass is hard.
Nice position, nice finish there for Abram Metzger to score down low. Wildcats coming back across there. Ben Meyer didn't know that ball was for him. He did a nice job of ducking it, but unfortunately nobody was on the other end to receive it. So turnover gives it back to Central Lyon. 2:08 to go here in the first half. 38-23. Wildcats a comfortable lead here in the first half. Out top of it, pump fake there for Groen. Goes to the free throw line, brings it back out and around. Down low to Koob. He kicks it back out. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lob inside. Metzger, good job of collecting, but misses the layup. Gets his own rebound. Has to kick it out, and it's tipped and stolen by West Lyon. Wildcats back on offense once again here. Underberg looked at a three, wisely pulls it back down. And a travel called there on Kramer. Shuffled his feet as he caught it. That's something that you do see sometimes. Quick teams that move really fast sometimes go too fast. Substitutions, once again, Jackson DeYoung back into the ball game. So is Selesky. Eric Austin checks back in for Central Lyon. Porter Vogel brings it across the timeline, tries to pass it near. Selesky is going to get called for the reach as he went through and from behind. Team foul number 4 against West Lyon there. Lions get it across. Weak side pass to Grown. Now back out and around. Down low. Koob, little floater. Too strong. Misses it. And the rebound goes to the Wildcats. Quick three on the way for Underberg. Misses it all and goes out of bounds. Takes us to 59 seconds here in the first half. It's been all West Lyon here. They led by 12 at the end of the first quarter. Lions have done a little bit better job of keeping pace with them here in quarter number 2. Shot up and short there for Austin from the free throw line. Back the other way is DeYoung. Underberg tries to go baseline, but he shuffles the feet. Turnover goes back to the Lions. Substitutions once again here for West Lyon as they'll bring Daxton Metzger back in. Stolen out top by the Wildcats. Easton DeYoung goes the other direction and lays it through. Lead back to 17 now for West Lyon. That matches their highest of the night. Lions lose the handle on it. Stolen. Now this time it's Jackson DeYoung going coast to coast. He'll lay it in. And the lead is 19. Final 7 seconds here of the half. We'll see if the Lions can get one up. They'll push across. Austin spin move in the paint. Lobs it up at the hoop and no good as the time comes to an end. At the half, 42-23. West Lyon leading Central Lyon here in the boys portion of our Siouxland Conference matchup. We'll take a break here. We'll come back. We'll talk about that first half and look at half number 2 when we come back to Siouxland Conference boys basketball here on the Lions Broadcast Network.
Students in high school sports learn to live active lifestyles, the value of hard work, teamwork, and juggling the demands of academic and sports schedules teaches time management skills, all necessary for success beyond high school. Practices, games, and tournaments are all lessons in perseverance, and through it all, growth of friendships that will last a lifetime. DeNoble Austin & Company PC, a proud sponsor of Central Lyon Sports.
Murphy Family Dentistry has been serving and supporting the Lions and all of Northwest Iowa for over 25 years. We are located in Rock Rapids just off Highway 75. Our friendly staff is ready to help cheer up your smile for another Lion victory. Call us today to schedule for all your dental needs or visit us online at www.josephmurphydental.com.
Back in Rock Rapids here with you. Siouxland Conference matchup between West Lyon and Central Lyon. Joel Viss, Jeff Cruz with you here tonight. At the half of the boys matchup, the West Lyon Wildcats leading by 19 over Central Lyon, 42-23 here at the half. And Jeff, West Lyon, a very complete first half. That's what we were going to call it, a complete first half. They're playing really good defense, very tough, very physical defense, but offensively playing very well as well. Shooting over 50% from the field so far in the first half. So a very composed offense, but just as equally good on the defensive side of the ball. Very complete first half, and it shows with a 42 points in the first half. That's a pretty good lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of points in the first half. You know, they started the game with that full court press and tough defense, and they kind of got the scoring going for them. 26 points that they had in the first quarter, which is amazing, quite honestly. That's a lot of points in a high school basketball game in a quarter. And in the second quarter, they kind of backed off the press a little bit, tried to play a little bit better or just focus more on their man-to-man half-court defense, and they did a good job there as well. I think they probably actually got more easy transition buckets in the half-court defense than they did playing the full-court defense. Kind of counterintuitive. Usually you're looking to get those steals in the full court, but you know, they're shooting the ball really well. You know, the Lions, they had a little bit of momentum going there midway through that second quarter. And I thought, you know, with about 2 minutes to go, they just kind of let West Lyon have a little mini run and it stretched the lead back out to what it is now.
Yeah, you know, that comes, you know, like I said, they forced a few turnovers. They got a few buckets in a row. They had really cut into that lead. And then Sam Underberg hits that three from the top of the key. And he just kind of stepped into it and just put it through. And you just see, and it happens a lot with young teams that struggle to win in the first place. They just kind of deflate.
Yeah.
And things like that really get to teams like that. And like I said, they use so much energy to get back into it. A big shot like that can just take it right out of you.
Yeah, they are. You know, they're high school kids. You know, they play very in general. You're going to play very emotional as a rule for all high school. It doesn't matter what sport it is. And you know, you like you said, you're putting all this effort in. You're trying to claw your way back in. You get a little bit of momentum going, and then something like that where a three hits, and then after that they got the two steals that led to easy buckets. And next thing you know, it's a 19-point lead for the Wildcats.
The Wildcats with a big lead here at the half, 42-23. We'll take a break. We'll take a trip inside the Lions' den and get to know a few Central Lyon seniors here. And we'll be back with more at the half, live from Rock Rapids on Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
A community is a place, but it's also a connection. It's where we all plant roots, raise our families, build our lives, and take care of each other. It's something we have in common, and it takes world-class care to keep communities like ours strong. We work together to live, to hope, to heal, because that's what neighbors do. Here for all, here for good. Sanford Health.
Welcome to the Lions Den, where we get to know our student athletes a little more in depth. Today I'm joined by Carter Fries. Carter, thank you for joining me. Now let's start in the classroom. Carter, what's your class schedule look like this semester?
I have independent study first hour. Second hour I have mechanical construction. Third hour I have strength and conditioning. Fourth hour digital art. Fifth hour I have foods 2. Sixth hour I have novel 2. Seventh hour I have building trades, and eighth hour I have study hall.
Nice. And now, Carter, you're a senior here at Central Lyon, so tell us about some of the activities you're involved in.
Well, I golf in the spring, and that's about all the sports I do. So.
What other things do you like to do, like outside of school?
Oh, just hang out with some friends and just spend time with the family.
Sure. Yeah. What have you enjoyed most about Central Lyon so far?
The people in the community is just fun to be around. Like, it's a great community.
Yeah.
They're always so welcoming if you're new, and they'll help you out if you need.
Yeah, for sure. What are some of your favorite memories from the past 3 years of school?
My freshman year, watching the football team win state, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then just being in sports, seeing my friends, and just having a good time in high school.
Definitely. What are you looking forward to for the rest of your senior year?
Oh, just chilling.
What words of advice did you have for our current freshmen?
Try new things. If you have an idea that you want to try, go do it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you, Carter, for joining us today. Yeah. And now back to the booth at the word from our sponsors.
Hit one out of the park with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Papik Motors. With 3 convenient locations in Laverne, Rock Rapids, and Sibley, our team is ready to help with all of your automotive needs. Swing in today and let the hometown team be your dealer of choice. Or visit us online at papik.com.
Papik Motors makes it so easy.
Welcome to Lion's Den, where we get to know our students a little more. In depth today, I'm joined by Claire Ryder. Thanks for joining me. Let's start in the classroom. Claire, what are your class schedules like this semester?
So this semester I start off with band and then choir, and then I go to human relations. After human relations, I go to college comp and then anatomy. After anatomy, I have to go to Spanish 4, and then I do novel 2 and study hall.
Nice, nice. Now, Claire, you are a senior here at Central Line. Tell us about the activities you're involved in.
So I am a cheerleader for football and wrestling, and then I also am in choir and band, and I participate in the musicals and the plays.
Nice. What are some other things you like to do outside of school?
I attend the Faith Baptist Church, so I participate in Fred, so I enjoy going to church, and then I also enjoy singing and drawing.
Nice. What have you enjoyed most about Central Line so far?
What I've enjoyed about Central Lyon is just how much of a community it is.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What do you look forward to this senior year?
What I look forward to this senior year is May term and getting to leave before everyone else.
Yeah. What are your plans for next year?
Next year I plan to attend either USF or Wayne and major in secondary English education to become a teacher.
Nice. What are some words for advice you'd give to current freshmen?
Just be nice to everyone and try out for new things. You don't know what you'll like until you try it.
Yeah. Thank you, Claire, for joining us today. Now back to the booth after a word from our sponsor.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know, you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Welcome back to Rock Rapids here at the half. West Lyon leading Central Lyon 42-23 in boys Siouxland Conference action. Jeff, always good here at the half when we get to go inside the Lions Den. A lot of fun, not only getting to know our Central Lyon seniors out there, but that's become a fun class for the kids around here. We let the kids take charge of that. We let them do it, and they get to go at it there. So it's a lot of fun to see those things come on.
Yeah, you know, we've got a mixture of kids in the class this semester that, you know, we just switched semesters. And so I believe that was the first interview that you saw there for Brady, Kirch, and Zach Drent. That's the first one they had to do. And since the other kids that were in the class for both semesters, those two joining at the semester, I'm going to make those two do most of the interviews for the second half of the season here. We're almost done. We've almost had every senior has had their interview already. So there aren't a whole lot of them left. We're almost out of home events. So had to get them all done during the month of December. But yeah, it's a good class. They also create all the social media graphics for the most part. I might have to do one or two here and there, but for the most part, they're going to create all of those. Also, a big shout out to Jared Roush, who does all the photography we use. Got an agreement with him. We use his pictures, the kids do, to make those social media posts. But yeah, it's been pretty good. We started it last year. This is the first year that I'm actually in charge of it. But no, it's been good. We're continuously tweaking it to try to make it better. But so far, it's been a good thing.
Well, and if you think it's tough to get kids to talk in front of other people, put them on camera and tell them they got to do a professional interview.
Yeah, there are a few seniors that just flat out refuse to do an interview. I coax them. I tell them, you know, you're not gonna die. No one's gonna, you know, it'll be okay. Like, you're not gonna get hurt. It's just talking about yourself. But a couple of them every year just completely refuse to do it.
Well, back at it here, back under action. West Lyon starts it off in the second half like they did in the first half. Sam Underberg hitting from top, and a three-pointer goes down to get the scoring started for West Lyon.
West Lyon back into that full court 1-2-1-1 press.
Wildcats get a steal here with Selesky. He's going to try and go all the way the other direction. Powers his way through. He scores the layup and gets the foul. So Selesky will head to the free throw line. Foul went against Eli Groen. That is his first. Selesky too strong on the free throw. It was rebounded by the Wildcats, but then stolen by Koob. Lions back on offense here now. They go down low right away. Leo Groen, turnaround shot, no good. Rebounded away. West Lyon pushing tempo up ahead. Meyer, he finds DeYoung underneath, and DeYoung scores in the paint. That's just the seniors and the experience out there for West Lyon out there. Just, they're very calm. They're very collected. Even when it looked like a little chaotic, Ben Meyer makes a catch flowing to the lane and still finds the open man.
Yeah, the Wildcats, 3 of their 4 leading scorers are seniors. A lot of experience out there for them.
Lions go back inside. Leo Groen draws the foul on Selesky. He'll head to the free throw line. That's a change and adjustment there for the Lions. We've seen them go right down low to the block 2 times in a row now. And 2 really good looks for Groen on the block there as he hits the first free throw.
Yeah, Leo did a good job. Selesky, you saw there on the replay, just getting that arm. Instead of keeping it straight up and down, he goes at the body. Easy call for the officials.
Groen hits them both. Selesky picked up his third, and he'll come out of the game. That'll send River Kramer back in for him. West Lyon back on the offensive side of it. Easton DeYoung back around now, down low, immediately to Meyer. Kicks it out wide open for 3 is Kramer, and he makes the Lions pay. Little give and go, inside out game, and the Lions, like you talked about in the first half, they try and dig down because Meyer is such a threat down in the paint, but that leaves somebody wide open on the outside. Eric Austin attacks inside. That thing was 3/4 of the way in and just didn't fall.
It's been that kind of night for the Lions.
Another open 3 from up top. This time no good. Rebounded away by Eli Groen. Push up ahead, Eric Austin. He'll attack. Goes strong to the hoop. Good athletic way to hang up there and still get the shot.
Yeah, Austin did a good job with controlling his body there to get that shot off.
DeYoung's nice spin move down low, but too strong on the shot attempt. Lions come away with the rebound. Now it's Porter Vogel. He'll drive inside. Brings it back out. Lions doing a better job here so far in the second half of getting into their offense quicker as well, giving themselves a little bit more time. Lions working around the perimeter here, now down to that 10 seconds on the shot clock. Got to go. Force the ball inside. Meyer steps in front and gets the steal.
Yeah, Groen was open. It was just a half a second too late on the pass.
Wildcats back into that half-court set here. Kramer fires from top the key. He splashes it down. He's got 2 3-pointers already early in this third quarter as he's come off the bench.
And 9 points, I believe, off the bench. Yes, 9 points off the bench for the sophomore.
Lions still working around the perimeter here. Still looking down low. West Lyon has adjusted to it there. Leo got a few good looks early, and the Lions haven't been able to get back to it. Porter Vogel, nice job of catching and attacking as he cuts through, scores the 2.
Yeah, good job there by Logan Koo of sealing his defender so he couldn't help on the dribble drive.
Wildcats lob it in here. Meyer, once again, he'll square up one-on-one. Lions drop down to help, finds the man out deep, and the Lions pay once again. Underberg wide open for 3. Wildcats are shooting extremely well from the 3-point, especially here in the second half. But they're getting good, clean looks. Lions overshoot Austin, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover sends it back the Wildcat way. Substitutions here as Abram Metzger will come back in, as well as Nate Robb. And we'll get a timeout as well. We'll take a quick one with them. 58-29, Wildcats on top. You're watching Siouxland Conference basketball on the Lions Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most. I started mowing lawns in 5th or 6th grade, and I started making money, so my parents decided to open a bank account here at Frontier Bank. I feel like when you walk in the door, they know you on a personal level, and you know everyone else. With Frontier Bank's mobile app, I can check my balances all the time. Frontier Bank is my financial teammate when I need them the most.
Back in Rock Rapids, Joel Viss, Jeff Cruz with you here tonight. A frigid Friday, heading to the weekend. Going to be really cold this weekend. Hope everybody is aware of that. Please stay warm. Do your best to keep yourselves comfortable this weekend, and we'll get through it together. Wildcats back on offense. Ball is thrown in and kicked out of bounds there by Leo Groen. West Lyon will keep it underneath their own hoop. Kramer will check it in, lobs it in over the top. Out there, three-pointer on the way is no good. Finally, they missed one.
Yeah, West Lyon shooting 47%
from the three.
From three. They shoot 28% on the year, and they're shooting 47%. But, you know, give them credit. They're getting a lot of wide open looks because of the trouble they've given the Lions down in the paint.
Lions out of that timeout immediately go back low. That worked earlier. This time they go back to Metzger. He makes them pay and scores underneath. Three from the corner. Wildcats in, out, and back in. Sam Underberg from the corner. The lead is 30.
And just as I say, the Wildcats getting wide open. That was a contested three.
Steal for Seletsky. He's going to take it the other direction. And Leo Groen going to get called for the hip check. So that'll stop the fast break there for the Wildcats. Eli Groen and Logan Koob going to come back into the game. Leo and Eric going to get a breather. Wildcats check it in again here. Underberg again from the corner, and again he's good. Sam Underberg hits again from three. He's got 18 points here tonight. And I don't know if he's got a two. I think they're all from three.
Yeah, Underberg having a great night from behind the arc. 5, 6 of 10, I believe, from behind the arc.
Ball inside to Metzger. Does a nice job. That a way to be patient underneath for the freshman. Instead of throwing it out, being patient, finally the defense fell off. Three going the other way. No good that time. Underberg can't make it. Lions back the other direction. Nate Robb, quick three from the corner. No good. Wildcat rebound. It's Selesky now with the basketball. He'll attack in the paint, strong to the hoop. Gets called for the travel. Got tied up a little bit and lost control of the basketball. By the time he recollected, had taken too many steps. So a 31-point advantage for West Lyon. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Lions trying to get back as they travel down low. Shot up for Vogel. Too strong, no good. Underberg grabs the rebound. Wildcats break it down low. Jaron Snoblock, he'll step out, then attack. He'll score the two and head to the free throw line. Knobloch at 6'6". Good ball handler. When you get a guy that's 6'6" who can handle the ball, that's tough.
Yeah, Metzger giving up about 4 inches down low. Unable to prevent that dribble drive there.
Knobloch can't convert the three-point play as he misses the free throw. Ball goes now down low to Knobloch, kicks it out. Koob's got to be ready to shoot that one. He had an open look. Just not ready to pull the trigger. Now to Vogel. Back out and around. Good little pass inside by Nate Robb, but Knobloch couldn't handle it. Wildcats come up with it. Cutting through the lane, left-hander, count the bucket and the foul. Mason McCarty, that was athletic.
Yeah, Metzger just he's got to either completely get out of the way or go for just a complete foul. He kind of tried to play it halfway there and out of position, commits the foul, and McCarty then gets the layup, and he'll have an opportunity for a three-point play.
Mason McCarty at the free throw line will cash in on the free throw. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. 69-33. Backdoor cut. Nate Robb goes down low, has the ball deflected by Knobloch. Now going the other direction. McCarty kicks it back out. Cut into the lane is Selesky, and he scores.
Great cut there by Selesky. He came from the opposite wing, curled it around the three-point line to the hoop to get that one.
Wildcats just show great flow offensively. Whoever's got the ball, the off man always moving as Kramer gets a steal and he hits the run out as we head down to the closing seconds here of quarter number 3. Lions see if they can't get a shot up in the final 10 seconds. Grown spin move. He is fouled by Kramer as he tries to pick the pocket.
And we are in running clock, so that'll do it for the quarter as the clock runs out.
Clock will run out on quarter 3. It's a 40-point Wildcat lead, 70-33 as we head to quarter number 4 when we return to Central Lyon Broadcasting here live from Rock Rapids.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Back in Rock Rapids here, headed to quarter number 4. Siouxland Conference boys matchup, West Lyon, Central Lyon. The Central Lyon Lady Lions picked up the win in the girls' action. West Lyon well on their way to victory here tonight on the boys' side. As we head to the final 8 minutes, Lions start with the basketball. Nate Robb will fire from deep. He's short. Rebounded away by West Lyon. Now going the other direction. Easton DeYoung will run the show. Kicks it out. Selesky thought about a 3, then pulled it back down. Wildcats go down low now to Selesky. Strong with the hoop, but can't get it to go down. Rebound goes to Logan Koob. Lions back the other direction here. This time, Eli Groen will fire the 3 off the mark. Rebounded by Selesky. DeYoung running the show and the offense here. Brings it back across now to Jackson DeYoung as he attacks down low. A lot of contact, no call as the shot was no good. Lions go the other way. Down low to Koob. Weak pass there to the other side. Back out top, stolen. Easton DeYoung going the other direction. Uses the weak hand and scores. Timeout called by West Lyon. They are going to sub massively and bring in the bench as the starters will head to the bench as well, and their nights will be done. West Lyon going to improve to 7-8 on the season, 6-5 in Siouxland Conference play. Jeff, a team like this has a losing record, man. I don't know.
I'm with you. We talked about it in the quarter break. It's hard to believe West Lyon, but it has a losing record. But, you know, the conference is tough. Don't get me wrong. But even non-conference, they have a losing record. They're 1-3 in their non-conference games. They have played some tough non-conference games. Don't get me wrong. But they obviously shooting lights out from the field, especially from three-point, as they're still shooting 48% when they average 28% on the year. So having a great night from three. But it's not just that. They play really tough defense. They like to get up and down the court on offense. And, the wins are going to come for this team in the second half of well, I guess we're kind of down maybe now to the last third of the year, but second half of the Siouxland Conference schedule.
Austin, nice job of driving inside, just couldn't quite finish. He shorts the layup. Wildcats now the other direction. A little floater in the lane, no good. Lions grab the rebound, but yeah, West Lyon doesn't get a whole lot easier for them as they've got Hills Beaver Creek and Boyden Hall coming their way next up for the Wildcats. Those are Hills Beaver Creek, #1 team in Minnesota over there, and then Boyden Hall, #5 team in Iowa. So that's going to be tough for the Wildcats. Lions, same way, though. They've got Sioux Center coming up, and then Spirit Lake.
Spirit Lake is a team that the Lions can get the win against Spirit Lake. They've got 2 wins on the year. They are a class above the Lions, but they just got to keep improving. I don't want to say they took a step backwards tonight, but they didn't take very many steps forward, at least. Let's put it that way. As Coach Grimlin said in his pregame interview, they need the first 4 or 5 games of the second half of the schedule. They really just need to focus on getting better each and every night they come out on the court.
River Kramer's shot was off, but Jaron Snoblock collects the offensive rebound and the putback there. Knobloch now with a steal here for the Wildcats. He'll attack inside. Jaron Snobloch scores again. I think that gives him double figures. He might be at 10 now after that one. Lions throw it in here. Abram Metzger, freshman for the Lions. Nice little spin move. Oh, you had him there. You had him up in the air, just didn't take it. Porter Vogel's 3 off the mark. Rebound goes to West Lyon. As we work our way through the final couple minutes here, Lions will start to empty their bench as well. Kramer, step back 3 is up and good. River Kramer now into double figures. And the Lions will bring in the substitutions there. Jackson Piletsky comes into the ballgame. See Jeff Tay Raymond also into the ballgame. Liam Vanderzee, as well as Bennett Jorth comes into the ballgame as well.
Good to see Jeff Tay out there. Had season-ending surgery on his wrist during the football season and was not able to do anything with basketball until after Christmas break. So good to see him out on the court.
Yeah, goes right into him. He turns around, hits the jumper in the paint. Wildcats down low. Had the open man on that little flex cut there, but through the hands of Rowan Knobloch. Into the game now for the Wildcats. Lincoln Bruggeman coming in. Also out there for West Lyon, you got Daxton Metzger, as well as Tristan Bleak. And trying to see who else we got. Back inside to Jeff Tay. Kicks it back out now to Piletsky. Down low, Jeff Tay attacks on the baseline, a little too deep, kicks it out. Piletsky fires. His shot no good, ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Lions. (82-35) West Lyon with a big win here tonight. Wildcats attack. Will Warner draws the contact down low. Foul, I think, was on Caleb Koiker.
I believe
possibly.
So, yes, his first.
Yes.
Also, Joel, I want to say thank you for I thought it was going to be short tonight, so I called Joel and asked him if he could announce for me. I do have enough help up here to do stats, but I'm running the board, and I tell you what, it's a lot easier when you just have to announce and not have to try and worry about running all these buttons over here. So I do have a lot more respect for Jason Heiser, who does this normally for us, and Matt Cook, who does it for the football season. So I apologize for those watching at home. If there's been a few times where I've missed to move the camera to the right camera. It's not something I do every single night. So
that's right. We got to hire that's why we hire those kids to come in and take care of it. They're better at it than we are.
They got better eyesight. They got
Tristan Bleak hits the free throw. Gets into the scoring column for West Lyon. Lions back the other direction here. Liam Vanderzee will fire from up top. Off the mark. Quaker with the rebound inside. Jeff Tay up and under and misses the layup, but he'll go to the free throw line on the foul. Yeah, those guys who run the video boards and the commercials and all that stuff for us, man, that takes a lot of pressure off. As Jeff Tay hits the free throw.
Yeah, it's always easier to do one job,
right?
As I found through my years of doing this.
Sometimes it's not even easy to do that.
That's true. I do struggle a lot of times doing one job.
Wildcats back on offense now here, getting down to the final minute as they go inside. Now into the game, Damon Snyder's with the ball. Ball goes inside, stolen away by the Lions, but then they throw it away. Jeff Day comes up with it. Bennett Jorth will fire the three. It's good. Bennett Jorth, the sophomore for the Lions.
I believe those are Bennett's first varsity points of the year.
Probably his first varsity points ever. I don't know.
I would
assume
assume
score
so.
last year.
I would assume so as a sophomore.
Turnaround shot up and good, but they're going to say the foul came on the floor. So take the points off the board there for Will Warner. Wildcats will inbound it here. Ball goes in for Snyder's. His shot up is good. Same thing. Damon Snyder's, I think, just got his first bucket of his career. Final 10 seconds of this one. Liam Vanderzee's going to drive inside, stripped away, goes up with it. Vanderzee can't get it to fall, and that'll do it here tonight. Final score, West Lyon victorious 85-40 over Central Lyon. Wildcats shoot 56% from the field, 47% from three here tonight to catapult them to that big win against the Lions. We'll take a break here, and we'll come back. We'll wrap things up when we return live from Rock Rapids. You're watching Siouxland Conference basketball here on the Lions Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Welcome back to Rock Rapids here. We thank you for tuning in here tonight for our double header between West Lyon and Central Lyon. The Central Lyon Lady Lions grabbed the win. The West Lyon boys grabbed the win here in the second part of our doubleheader as we head to the weekend. On the night, one of the positives we look at, Jeff, for the Lions were led in scoring tonight by Abram Metzger, promising young freshman for the Lions. Keeps getting better and better every time he gets on the court.
Yeah, Abram's a good-looking freshman out there, about 6'1", 6'2"-ish. You know, he's getting better. He's early in the season, especially when you play the tough competition that we started out playing in the conference. Early in the season, he struggled a little bit with the physicality of it, because Abram will bang down low. He doesn't care. He goes right at it. But it's the finishing part of that. It's not just getting that position. It's going up through the contact. You know, it's a lot different than junior high basketball, obviously. And you're jumping up into one of the, you know, we said the girls conference, obviously one of the best conferences. Boys conference is as well one of the best conferences. Multiple years where we've had two Siouxland Conference teams playing for the title in State 2A and Class 2A against each other. But you know, Abram getting better each and every week. He's got to develop a little bit more in his repertoire of post moves, which will happen. It's just going to take a little bit of time. I mean, he's just a freshman. He's gotten away with just kind of being a bruiser down low in the past, and that'll work. That'll bring you so far. But once you get up to the varsity level, get into a couple different type of moves and those sorts of things. But he does a good job out there, and he's not scared, which is a huge thing for a freshman.
And he's got some good bloodlines.
Yes, he does.
Brother and sister weren't too shabby out there on the basketball court for us. So he'll be just fine as a freshman. So good to see him. Eric Austin finished with 7 points. Leo Groen tacked in 6, as well as Porter Vogel. So the Lions, they do spread the ball around really well. Just got to get it back in the hoop. We talked about it in the pregame, Jeff. Lions, they got to get scoring early. If they can get into the game early, things go a lot better for them. And that happens with young teams that don't win a lot. They need confidence early. This team, just not tonight. West Lyon really forced the issue defensively, offensively, and West Lyon made it really hard for the Lions to get into the flow of the game, and then they were just running from behind from the get-go.
Yeah, when you're down 26-14 at the end of the first quarter, that's a big hole. It's going to take a big effort to get back into the game. They did do some really good things in the second quarter. Unfortunately, they just couldn't do it for the whole quarter. The last couple minutes, they just gave up a little bit of a run to West Lyon, and West Lyon ended up stretching their lead out after the Lions had cut into the lead and made it a little bit more of a ball game. But, West Lyon just shooting lights out, and again, just all credit to them. They shot 57% from the field. That they shoot 43% on the year. They shoot 57 tonight. An outstanding 11 of 23 from 3-point for 48%, which is, it's one thing for the Lions for West Lyon to get open threes. You still have to make them.
That's true, and they did. They hit them. They knocked them down here tonight, especially in that third quarter. Really had a good run for the Wildcats, but they come away big winners here tonight for West Lyon. No rest for the wicked, though, as both these squads will get back into it next week. They'll turn around. They've got some tough games yet ahead. Like you said, the Siouxland Conference is tough each and every night. You got to be ready to bring your A game and be ready to go. And both these teams got to come at it once again. Got about a month left before you hit tournament time, so now's the time to turn it on and start hitting the shots you want. But that'll do it here for us tonight. West Lyon at 85-40 winner here in the boys section. That'll close it out for us. And for Jeff Cruz, I'm Joel Viss. Have a great weekend. Stay warm, everybody.